Hello, Tony.
Hello, I'd like to talk about the transport bill, Alan, if you don't mind.
Go on.
I just don't think it's working for the public and especially the employees concerned at the moment.
Well, just a sec. What do you mean it's not working? The bill has obviously worked. The bill was to privatise the bus industry. That has worked.
All right, and the repercussions of the bill haven't worked.
Well, just a minute. What you're trying to say, I think, is that the effect of the bill was bad rather than good.
Yes. You got to excuse me, I've had one or two whiskies.
Well, it's no good blaming me for that.
I'm not.
So tell me in what way you feel it has failed.
Job security is gone. It's gone out the window, literally. Because, like, my job now, on our notice...
Well, just a minute. You said two things. You said it's not working for the passengers and it's not working for the staff. Well, the staff are the least of our responsibilities. Let's talk about the passengers.
Okay, public. If you live on a lucrative route, you're made up. But people that's in, like, villages or outskirts of various towns...
Well, I live in a village and we seem to have as good a service as we've ever had.
Yeah, well, maybe your village it does, but I can...
Well, our village it does. I can only go on our village.
Yeah, but where I live, you know, they've suffered. No two ways about it. Seems like coming from the town I live to various large works, you know, people have got to get 2-3 buses now, whereas one used to do them. So their expenses has doubled and trebled, literally, since this bill come in. And our bosses, my company, I won't name the company, was past National Bus Company, and the management are running the company down, ready for, well, selling or just finishing it.
Well, what would be the advantage of the management running it down so they can sell it? Obviously, they want it...
Well, feelings are out that the management are trying to buy it themselves. So if they can run it down, they can buy it at a cheap price.
So that isn't the result of the transport bill. That is the result of what can only be described as criminal management.
Well, in one respect, yes.
Well, it's not the purpose of the transport bill to prevent people from committing the crime of fraud.
Yeah, but there's also the fact that where runs have got to make a profit now. And
well, what's wrong with that? That seems to me a perfectly sensible ethos.
Yeah, but if Joe Bloggs is living in a village somewhere and he's paying, say, £500 a year rate, same as Fred Bloggs in a town that's paying £300 a year rate.
Well, I'm afraid the reverse is the case. The people who live in the country have the benefit of low rates, not high rates. Well, it's no good quoting figures if the figures are wrong.
Well,
when you live in a rural district, you make a decision. You choose to live in a rural district.
No, if you're born
choose... Well, if you're born there and you become an adult, you make a choice. And we've not yet got to the situation where adults are not allowed to flit.
That's true, yeah.
Good, good. The whiskey's working well on you, but it's boring me. Now, what I'm saying is that an individual chooses to live within certain financial constraints wherever they can. Now, if they choose to live in a rural district, there are a couple of things they have to come to terms with. One, they're not going to have all the facilities of the town. They're unlikely to have a nightclub at the end of their road. They are unlikely to have a supermarket immediately available to them. They are unlikely to have the school of their choice. Comprehensive schools in villages are few and far between. They're not going to have a permanent surgery with a doctor in present. They're certainly very unlikely to have a health centre, and they're not going to have a bus every 13 seconds. Those are the decisions you make. Oh, and you're also going to get some pretty funny smells in autumn. So those are the decisions you make. And when you make those decisions, you live with them. Now, are you suggesting that because I live in a rural district, I am entitled to 7 buses an hour, just as if I lived 10 minutes walk from Preston bus station? Of course I'm not.
Right. But what about people who want to get, like some village around there, only get 1 bus a week now?
Fine. When I worked on the buses, I was a bus driver, and I worked out of, at first, Ormskirk Garage for the Ribble, and then they moved it to Skelmersdale when they built a new bus station, so I worked out of the Skelmersdale Garage. We had a journey that left Ormskirk, went through Haskane and poky little places like that, all the way to the outskirts of Southport, and it made that journey once a week. That was Ribble Motor Services. In the days when it was national travel, in the days when it was paid for by the local authority. One bus a week, because that was all it warranted. I bet they've still got one bus a week.
Right.
Pity you came up against someone that knew about the industry, wasn't it? How do James?
How do, Al?
Yes?
I'd like to talk about zoos.
Go on then.
I think it's cruel that they should keep all the animals in the zoos.
Well, where should they keep them then?
Well, they should just let them stay where they in the wild.
But now they've got them in the zoo, where should they keep them?
Well, they should send them back to the wild.
But a lot of the animals in the zoo have never been in the wild.
Well, they would soon become used to the wild after being back in the wild for a while.
I think if you sent a monkey out into the wild, then it'd soon become lunch.
Well, not
A
well.
lion would eat it.
Well,
The monkey would say, "Oh, there's that lion who used to live near your Charlie." Gone.
yeah, well, maybe so, but they should.
There's no doubt about it. How do Lee? How do Carl?
Hello.
Hello.
I was wondering, could you tell a couple of jokes?
No. How do Sandra?
Hello, Alan.
Yes?
Have you ever heard of pheromone?
Of what?
Pheromone.
No. Well, have you? Silly
Yeah.
cow. How do Peter?
Hello, I'd like to talk about my daughter. She was in school today, and she fell off the swing and she broke her arm. Now, I got rang up in work from school, and the headmistress said what had happened. So I went down there, took her to hospital, and she's got her arm bandaged up. She's got a few bruises, but is there anything you can do for us? So is there any compensation? Because I think there should have been some teachers around.
Well, how do you know there weren't teachers around? There certainly weren't any holding her on the swing.
No, but don't you think the ground should be more sort of grass or something instead of concrete?
Well, one wonders whether it should or shouldn't be. If you want to bring a case against the county council for negligence in that they have put the swing on concrete instead of on grass, you might have some difficulty. If you really want compensation, then go and see a lawyer. But what do you want compensation for? What money have you lost?
Nothing, but I was just
You haven't lost any money, so how
quite
can you...
hurt, and my daughter was quite upset as
Yeah,
well.
well, will she be less upset if you get a handful of money?
Yeah, well, or
Will
I could
she?
sue the school.
Well, will she be less upset if you get a handful of money? Does she ever fall over at home?
Yes, but I mean...
Who do you
she's in-
sue then?
What?
Who do you sue when she falls over at home?
No one, but she's never
No one.
broken her arm before.
Well,
and
no,
in
she's
school,
never broken
she's
her.
meant to
Well,
present the money.
I've also fallen off a cycle and broken my leg, and I don't remember suing anybody. Children do have accidents, but if you're going to sue anyone, then you sue the authorities that run the school. That could be the Board of Governors, it could be the local education authority. Discuss it with a lawyer, and I hope
But
he
the
charges you
headmistress
dearly.
didn't seem bothered
Well, I'm
at
not
all.
bothered. I'm telling you what to do. If you don't want to hear what to do, then fine. You wasted your money ringing up, right?
Yeah.
Get a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's it. All right?
Yeah.
Goodbye. 6 minutes past. How do Neil?
Hello, Alan.
Yes?
With reference to a guy who rang earlier, claiming that it was ethnic minorities causing most harm to the person. Well, on Sunday, I was outside our house washing my van when a white yobbo walked up and snapped the aerial off my van and whipped me across the face with it.
Venereal disease again. How do Stuart?
Hello.
Yes?
Hi, Alan. In respect to redundancy, if a person is made redundant, in any way can they claim other than a redundancy, a standard redundancy?
I don't understand the question.
Say a person is made redundant,
Yes.
but they think it's an unfair redundancy. It's no genuine.
Yes, you can actually claim a thing called unfair selection for redundancy, which could turn out to be unfair dismissal.
Ah. But what if it's difficult to prove in respect to that company?
Well, unless you prove it, you won't win your case.
You won't win it.
Well, who's going to let you win the case if you don't prove it?
Yeah.
You're not just going to say, oh, well, Stuart says it's true. Oh, well, that's all right then. Give him the money, Harry.
No, but if I
If
know...
you can prove it, fine. If you can't, you can't.
Yeah, but they could cover it up. I mean, I know it's
Well-
true, but they could cover it up.
Well, you're going to have to prove it, aren't you? No one's going to find in your favour until you prove your allegations, are they? How do, Terry? Thank you very much, yeah. How do, Mark?
Alan, will you come to Bedford?
How do, Stan?
Hello, Alan. Let's talk about that bloke who was on last night about astral travelling.
Go on, then.
Well, I do a bit of it, you see. Alan?
I heard you.
Well, I do a bit of it, and
You're fine.
I talked to someone last night,
All right.
and they said that when you die, you're going to go through a tunnel with a light at the end.
Well, I'm looking forward to it then.
Yeah, so I have to tell you.
Well, thanks very much. How do, Peter?
Oh, and just pick up on the point that someone made before about deregulation of buses.
Go on.
You said you don't agree that taxpayers' money should be used to subsidise bus fares.
I didn't actually say I don't agree with it. What I said was, justify it to me. The gentleman couldn't.
True.
Can you?
Well,
Can you or can't you?
well, my point is,
Can you justify it or not?
Two lost lambs, old hands, find a man, not a man, understand he's the daddy son of Sam, man, hey, they found the Lord of Pain. Dark words overheard, nipple twist, rug burn, demon bird, doom heard, me and Stevie Gutenberg, liar, in the lake of fire. Satan, can you hear us? We are on our way. I'd just like to give our praise today. 'Cause that's the acolyte way.
Oh, now you speak. Can you hear me? Oh, jeez. There's no reason for Catherine to not be at home. I am COVID free. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Can you talk normally? Because I need to check these levels, please. Oh, you're being a dick.
Hello.
She
everyone.
sounds okay, right?
Yeah.
And there's no echo, right?
Shut up, Alexa. Alexa, stop.
I don't know how to swap. People are saying that we're sat on the wrong side, but I don't know how to swap. We can't swap this. We cannot swap this. So we sound good. It sounds fab. The show is on. I am COVID free. My foot is looking a lot better. I phoned Catherine up and showed her my foot earlier on.
Yeah, I thought I was being phoned by some meat.
Bit of meat, or it was new footage from Mars, but
It's a foot.
So, COVID free. Tonight is the night, guys. This is going to be the show. Thank you, everyone who joined in for my little, very gentle trolling.
I just watched that.
Did you watch all of it or just the clip?
I watched all of it.
Okay, because I've just taken it down because there's one little bit. I just want to tidy up a little bit, but don't. That guy blackmailed me, cast aspersions about your marriage.
Yeah.
And then was slagging me off. Literally, I just turned on for 30 seconds. Oh, has anybody got a job? So here's the thing, guys. Do not ever, and I'm going to upload the whole thing to YouTube now, never feel embarrassed to ask for a job. Never feel embarrassed. And I don't know how anyone could even suggest that is something that you should be embarrassed of. Of course you shouldn't. If you want to work, hang on a minute. George, can you stop that, please? You're not going out. George!
I tell you why
George
it is.
Lee!
I tell you why it is. Because everything
George
that man
Lee, stop
does,
that now.
everything that man does
George!
is calculated to make up for the fact
Stop that.
that
George! George! Don't make... George! Stop it! You're not going out at this time of night.
George.
Stop it. Come in here. Come and sit on cat cam. Sorry, guys.
What I was saying was that man is everything he does is calculated to make him sound like the big man, so he can't believe it when someone is honest.
Yeah, there's no shame. In fact, I mean, who was that? I was thinking of this the other day, actually. The actor that was shamed, that they tried to shame him. Had he been in like Fresh Prince or something?
Yes.
And
No. It was the son-in-law from the Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show. That was it. He was filmed working in a hardware store or something, and
Trader Joe's.
and I thought I never forget. There was a story about some actress from EastEnders, I think, working in a mobile phone shop. No, that takes guts. That takes guts to do something like that when you've been on telly and you know that some people are going to point at you and go, "Isn't that? Oh no, isn't that? Didn't you used to be?"
You can't win, right? That was Jeffrey Owens, right? You cannot win.
Jeffrey
because
Owens.
If he lived the rest of his life as the guy who used to be in the Cosby Show, people would take the mickey out of him.
Yeah.
He's managed to crack on, and he's got a job that pays the bills. I don't see where the shame is in that. And what I thought was beautiful wasn't he invited to a big?
It was like the Emmys or the BAFTA, not the BAFTAs. It was something that wasn't quite the Oscars. It was something like that.
There was a select number of people saying, "I'm an actor and I do this," and he was in there, and he got a massive.
Was in there. And it's I'm just uploading the whole John Gont thing to YouTube if you want to have a little look at it. I'm sure he'll make some claim to try and get it taken down, but it's just free speech, John. You know that. There is no shame in any. Here's what I did today, right? I got my results of my COVID test. I'm clear. I did a lot of sleeping because I'm really tired. It's just a cold. It's a really bad cold. My chest is so tight. Oh, that feels good though. And I've just got this headache, but I'm all right. But I'm really tired, so I spent a lot of the day in bed. And but I also emailed 2 program controllers at local BBC radio stations saying, "Hello, I'm Ian Lee. I don't work at Talk Radio anymore, but I've won these awards, and I would love to come and do some cover shifts if you have any, ideally at the weekend. I can't really do Thursdays because I'm about to start college. I can come. I can be 100% me. I can be 50% me. I can be 15% me. I'll be whatever you want. I just want to work. I've never had an Ofcom complaint upheld against me." I sent that out to program controllers. I haven't heard back. I may not hear back. That's all right. Who was that guy? I was too young for Boys from the Black Stuff, but there was a character in there, wasn't there, who would just go around going, "Giss a job, giss a job, giss a job." And that was kind of the 80s, and that was Thatcher's Britain, where unemployment was really, really high. Giss a job, giss a job. But there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that.
Wasn't there a phase before, the world went to shit? There was a phase of people going on Twitter, and they had signs, and they were standing sort of there was a guy I remember in particular wearing a suit, standing in a railway station saying, "I'm willing to work and I've got this qualification." And he got a job through the magic of Twitter, of course. So, what is wrong with that? What are you supposed to do? Pretend you're fine and not ask for a job and slowly wither into...
No shame in it. Go and ask. My kids will be proud when I tell them. My kids will be proud when I say, was doing all right. Wasn't quite making ends meet. So I said publicly, "Has anyone got any work?" And I've got no problem with that. No problem with that. So please don't try and call me out for that, because it just makes you look silly, and it inspires me to watch your show. We had 350 people watching me watching his show. He had 65 people watching his show. Anyway, who is lagging? Is it me or is it Catherine? Scott says, can you be 75% you, 50% you, and 15% you just now so we can see? Yes, you can, but I just got to find out who is lagging. Oh, I know why it's lagging. I can stop it lagging. Hang on. Has that stopped it lagging? Is it working better now? And if anyone just says yes or no, you're out. Is it better now? Is it better? Right. I'm Lucas, timed out for just saying yes. Please don't just say yes or no. Yes, it's better. Thank you, Dawson. You know what, Dawson, mate? You're getting a VIP for that. VIP Dawson, mate, for understanding how it works. Right. That's because I was uploading the video to YouTube. I'll do it afterwards. Right, so Scott wants to see 75% me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to we'll do 100, 75, 50, 15, okay? So 100% me is, what are you talking about? You're an absolute melt, Catherine. Oh, I can't believe it. My God. Shut up. I'm talking. Shut up. Time out, Satchmo. Time out, Haymo. I am talking. That's 100%. Okay? 75% is, okay. Kath, I don't think you know what you're talking about. It was Mike Nesmith. And I don't think you know what you're talking about. And you can go and Google it if you want. But I tell you what, I am going to mute you. There we go. Muted. That was 75%. 15.
You've been watching too much Gaunty. Don't treat me like Charlie. I will kick you in the nuts.
50%. All right, Kath, if you say so. I'm not totally convinced, but I think if you were to Google it later, you'd find out that I was probably right. Let's take another call. It's 50%.
You're playing a dangerous game.
15% me. Sorry, Catherine, what did you say? I'm playing a dangerous
game.
That's an interesting point. Would you like to expand?
I don't think I need to.
Okay, thanks. Let's go to the calls. Audio is out of sync badly now. I'm going to kill everybody in the chat. That's just a joke. It's just a joke. I'm on the new mixer. Kath audio is still doubling. Right. Can everyone stop? Matty is the only person I trust. Matty, talk to me. Hot ginger, lemon, and honey. Matty is the only person I trust. This is going to be one hell of a show tonight, guys. And you are ruining it.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, everybody who's not called Matty is answering the question. Matty says, it is fine. We continue. So we're doing, this is another show with, can Catherine speak?
Yeah, you know I can.
How's that, Matty? All right? Why would she sound like Metal Mickey? I have absolutely no idea. You can't have a 2-minute timeout. You can have a 6-minute timeout.
Or a block.
We'll go for a timeout. Block next. It's all good. COVID test was negative. I am clean. I'm pure. I'm free. Tonight, Catherine is at home, though. I don't quite know why. Know why you're at home, even though I'm COVID free. And you knew I would be getting the results today.
Yeah, well, no, I didn't know that. It might have been tomorrow. And I had been at home yesterday, and I said to my kids that I would be here tonight, so they wouldn't have to go out. I might have had to go out otherwise.
Wow. Okay.
So, although I wish I had come over there because they've been driving me nuts.
That's how seriously you take your job. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, we're doing the show on Zoom. So I'm going to post in the chat. Malcolm is over here. Do you know what? Yeah, I am going to block you. Not a problem with that at all. I am going to... We have got a little... Grab the invite. This is the link for the Zoom. If you want to join us, you'd be very, very welcome. Things get back tomorrow. I'm feeling much better. My chest is really tight. I'm still very, very sweaty, very hot. Can you seriously not hear how Kath is doubling in her audio? I think we call... If only there was a word for, like, doubling in audio. Oh, there is. Echo. So no one else can hear it, Robin, except for you.
Robin, have you got 2 windows open?
Robin, are you a melt? Danny can hear it. I don't even care. You know what? I don't even care. Let's go to Pamela's iPad is here to stay. Pamela's iPad is on its way. And I would rather be anywhere else than here today.
Glenn Ponder, it's not the acoustic for the room. Stop talking balls.
Hello?
I don't think Pamela knows her iPad's talking to us.
Pamela's iPad is here to stay. Hey, Richard, thank you so much for the raid. May God bless you and everyone who sails with you. Pamela's iPad is here to stay. Pamela's iPad on its way. And now she's gone. Okay, well that was, pick 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5.
3. What we got?
Oh, 3 went. 3 went.
What?
I'll pick.
Unprecedented.
It might come back. There might be a delay on me clicking on them, and Pamela's iPad is here to stay, and I would rather be b-boy with the b-boys. Yeah, man, it's totally wicked. And today we're gonna listen to Boz Scaggs for the first time. I've never heard Boz Scaggs, and we're gonna listen to Boz Scaggs for the first time. I've never heard Rocket Man by Elton John, and we're gonna listen to Rocket Man by Elton John for the first time, and gonna record a reaction. It's our reaction. I've never heard Sabrina Boys, Boys, Boys. We're going to play it for the first time ever.
What are you doing with that tuft?
We're going to play Sabrina Boys, Boys, Boys for the first time ever. And we've never heard it before. And this is our genuine reaction to Boys, Boys, Boys by Sabrina. I don't believe any of those reaction videos are genuine.
Don't you? What, those twins? I like them. They're kind of charming.
You're telling me they've never heard Phil Collins before?
Maybe not. Anyway, it's a fun conceit.
Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to listen to No Milk Today by Herman's Hermits for the first time. Never heard it. And we're going to listen to it, and we're going to get a genuine reaction to No Milk Today by Herman's Herman's Hermits.
What I especially loved about that run-up intro was you trying desperately not to say milk.
No Milk Today by Herman's Hermits. No milk today, my lover's gone away. She wanted to be saved, but do-be-da-be-day. You couldn't see a video if I showed it, could you?
Yeah, because you do share screen like you did yesterday.
Today we're going to listen to Bang Bang by Sonny and Cher for the first time, and we're going to record our reactions live.
I've heard it before. Live. Bang Bang!
Live. What was Cher's first song? Cher's first single.
On her own?
Cher's first single. What was it?
Was it like Half Breed or something?
Sorry?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
She did a song called Half Breed.
What was Cher's first ever single? It's a really simple question, Catherine. I don't quite know why you're finding it so difficult.
All I really want to do is baby be friends with you.
Can you see this?
I can see that, yeah.
Can you hear this?
That's my favourite. I love that phase.
Can you hear this?
Okay, she's like Cleopatra.
Can you hear that?
No.
Okay, well, then this is pointless. But for everyone else... Okay, but you can't hear it.
I can hear it through your earphones.
If I go like this, can you hear this? This is Cher's first ever single. It's called Ringo, I Love You. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Cher's first ever single, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's a little bit of a stinker, isn't it?
It's powerful. Stop share. Someone is entering the room.
Excellent.
Today we're going to listen to Just Like Jesse James by Cher for the first time, and we're going to record our actual, genuine reaction. This is a reaction video to it. This is a genuine reaction video. Can we get a shout out for Scott Balcony, please?
Big up your belts.
Big up your belts.
I was singing that very loud in my shower today. Just like Jesse James.
That's it. There we go. Catherine had a shower. Okay, guys.
I did.
We're making this stream a little bit sexier for you, but subtly.
Stop doing that, please.
We're doing it subtly, so most of you won't notice. Catherine had a shower. But why is it taking a long time for people to enter me?
Don't know.
Hang on. Ringo said John Lennon would have been 80 today, but his
Yeah.
birthday is in October.
Oh,
Can we fact check? Can we fact check? Can we fact check when John Lennon's birthday is, please?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. It was birthday.
Because we may have to cancel Ringo.
9th of October, yeah. What's he thinking?
Well, but what year? 40? It was 40, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
1940.
Ringo's cancelled.
Oh, Ringo.
You see,
Ringo's an old man.
We're having a bit of problem with Zoom.
Mm.
Because Paul, you're not there, are you? Paul?
I can hear Paul.
Oh!
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Why can't we see you?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out here myself.
Is your camera on?
It is now.
Hey!
Oop, there he is.
How are you guys?
Oops, upside my head. I said, oops, upside my head. Everybody now. Oops, upside my head. I said, oops, upside my head. Take it, Catherine.
No.
Take it, Paul.
Well, actually, I was part of the reason I was going to speak to you tonight was about your songs.
Do you work for Warner Brothers or RCA or something? Do you want to sign me?
T-shirt love.
Yep.
COVID love.
Yep.
Ladies of the World.
Yep.
All fantastic songs.
Thank you.
I'm a big Kiss fan. I kind of know you're kind of a bit of a Kiss fan, or
certainly am. Yep.
And Catherine yourself, I think.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
went to see Kiss, and
yeah.
I mean, you used to talk quite a lot about Paul Stanley and his hips.
Yeah, I want to come and see you.
So, no, lockdown has given me the opportunity to kind of. I don't generally listen to anything of Kiss pre Lick It Up or Creatures of the Night, that sort of era.
I don't. Once they took the makeup off, I ain't interested.
That's it. But I kind of thought during lockdown, been working from home since the 16th of March, so it kind of gave me the chance to listen to.
Get back to work, you lazy coward.
I am working from home.
That's not working from home. That's not working from home. Is not work. Get back out there and buy a Pret.
It is. Don't have a Pret in Northern Ireland.
Oh, in that case, carry on working. Northern Ireland is fine. Carry on working wherever you want.
So I decided, I'm going to try and listen to all the Kiss in order, 1974 right up to present day, just in the background whilst I'm working. One of the things I noticed, and I actually made notes.
Wow, I like you.
How cheesy some of the lyrics are, and full of innuendo of the grubbiest kind.
Yeah.
And there's actually a lot of them is on the later albums, the non-makeup songs. But some of
may I suggest the best non-makeup album and one of the best Kiss albums is
Revenge.
Great record.
Brilliant.
Great.
Love Revenge.
Apart from that's Gene at his worst though. I've not listened to it for ages. But there's a song. Well, there's Domino. It's about.
Domino,
I think she's 16 in it.
Oof.
And when I tell her to when that bee bends over.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty grim. And I mean, well, sure, wasn't there Gene done? Was it Gene's song? Christine 16.
Christine 16.
Yeah, but I mean that was at the Destroyer album.
So it's about 76, 77, but it was bad enough. But yes, on Revenge, which I think was about 92. 92. Domino. When that bee bends over.
Oh. I forget I'm a man, or I forget who I am.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
but some of the. Can I, will you indulge me just a second? And can I give you some of these really cheesy, lines. Okay, so there was that trashy album after Crazy Nights, smashes, thrashes, and hits.
I'd never listened to it. Never heard it.
I mean, there was 2 originals on it, and I think the rest were all just remastered. But the originals, there's one song called "You Make Me Rock Hard."
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
Mate.
Where do we go from here?
What could he possibly mean?
Here, no, but the following song, but I want to come back to this. The following song is "Let's Put the X in Sex." Okay,
Yeah.
so "You Make Me Rock Hard." The line is, "Love's like a glove and it fits just right. You make me rock hard, baby, all night." And then you go on to the next song and it says, "Baby, let's put the X in sex. Love's like a muscle and you make me want to flex." So on the first song, we're saying love's like a glove and it fits just right. On the second song, love's like a muscle and you make me want to flex.
I am
So
trying
romantic.
Oh, it's
I am trying to find. It's either the X in sex or
Yeah.
I just wanna.
I just
wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck.
I
I
just
just
wanna
wanna
forget you.
forget you.
yeah.
And I have. It's one of those songs I have seen
that's
a video of.
that's on Revenge, isn't it?
It might be. I have seen a video of them doing an unplugged concert when they get a girl who's about 12.
Oof, no.
Too much.
Comes up and sings it, and they're like, "Yeah, right, all right."
The next one, Ian and Kath, I wrote down was "Tunnel of Love." Now that was off Gene's solo album.
That's a great album. That is a great album.
It actually wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's my favourite of the 4.
I think Paul Stanley's was probably the best, but well.
No, I think I prefer Gene's. In my order, Gene, Ace, Paul.
I think we're all agreed that Peter Criss.
There are only 3 albums.
Yeah,
there are only 3 albums.
So, Tunnel of Love. It's "You are the lock, I am the key. You know what you do to me."
Yeah.
Tunnel of love. Let me visit your tunnel of love.
I mean, and I have done some thinking on this because, of course, the Tunnel of Love is like a thing they have in America where you go in and it's dark and you're on a boat and you kiss. But
That's not what I was thinking.
I think he's talking about a vagina.
Yeah, me too. Most of their songs are about vaginas or willies anyway.
Yep.
"Bang Bang You." Again, it's off Crazy Nights album. "My love is like a cannonball. I'm taking aim and you're gonna fire. You're gonna fall." Sorry. "Don't hide or try to get away. You know the rules and you're gonna play." That sounds a bit like rape to me.
That sounds a bit coercive, yeah.
Yeah. "I'm gonna bang bang you. I'll shoot you down with my love gun, baby."
Yeah.
And that's before we even go to Love Gun itself.
Excuse me, sorry. Can we stop? Can we ban everybody who is talking about Kath's curtains? That is disgusting. That is disgusting.
I'm proud of these bad boys.
That is disgusting. She is a woman. She's a human being. She's got a brain. It's not all just everyone. No one mention her curtains. I'm so sorry, Catherine. You have to put up with that.
Oh, I'm used to it. I'm quite proud of them as it goes.
Okay, fair enough.
I took them up myself.
See, here's the problem I've got with Kiss, Paul. I met Gene Simmons and he was an arsehole.
Well, I was going to bring up that because I'm actually listening to your back catalogue, through the miracle of whatever, and I think it's a 2016 talk episode, and you mentioned that Gene Simmons did something. Sorry, pardon me. Gene Simmons did something to a
Eloise,
producer
previous producer, yeah. He touched her.
Yeah.
Put his hand up her skirt, and we all laughed it off. And instead of me going, "Fuck's sake, man," excuse my language, sorry. Instead of me saying, whoa, that is out of order. Stop, we're going. We all laughed it off. I followed Eloise's lead, which was wrong, because which was wrong, and I don't want to diminish, but she was, I think, 24 years old. He was a big rock star, and I was, a little bit of a celebrity presenter. And I should have, and I'm so ashamed that I didn't. I should have stepped in and said, and I've spoken to her about this since via Twitter. I should have stepped in, called him out, and left.
That impulse to laugh it off is very common, and I've done it in the past, where you just think, I want to be out of this situation. I'm kind of calling it out. Everyone saw it. Ha ha ha. That's the end of that. Don't do it again. It's kind of what you're hoping. You just want to be out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
But I suppose I don't. Having listened to over the last couple of weeks, months, whatever, I don't even know why I still like Kiss. I think it's more the theatre, the the shows. It's certainly not the music.
I got into them ironically. I bought a book for $1 at an airport when I was filming in the States, and it was written by their accountant, and it was just so ridiculous. And I didn't know any of the songs, so I bought a greatest hits just so I could know the songs because I was really enjoying the story. And I bought it ironically and was listening to it ironically, and then. And then I was reminded how much I love God Gave Rock and Roll to You, and then Rock and Roll All Night kicked in, and then suddenly I got it and thought the first 6-7 albums are great. They're great little rock and roll records, nothing special.
Okay, I think I've got a soft spot for Unmasked. It's quite Dynasty or Dynasty, whatever you want to call it. It was quite sort of disco-y, 1979 at the right era, and Unmasked kind of followed that. But anything anything up to and including Unmasked, I would say I'm more than happy with. Anything beyond that, it started to go a bit ropey, didn't it?
I'm really taken with the bravado of it, and having listened to Paul Stanley's audiobook, the fact that, when they were nothing, they still kept up that thing of, they had empty boxes painted up like massive amps, and they would take them in the night before so it looked like they had a road crew and everything. And they've done that whole thing. They always blast in there like they're the best band in the world. That's the whole thing. And, my first real exposure to them properly, I'd heard the odd song, the obvious ones in the past, was going to that concert, and they were just wonderful and ridiculous and everything you want to see in a night out. They were great.
It's fireworks, thunder. Paul Stanley came into the crowd. I think they all come into the crowd at some point. It's just pure theatre.
And just when you think it can't get any more ridiculously overblown, they do something else. They start firing flipping rockets out the end of their guitars. Just wonderful.
Paul, thank you very much. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Lovely little trip down Kiss Memory Lane. Always good fun.
Oh, can I have the bell before you go?
No, how dare you?
First time double bell. He's got mine there and all.
Tonight I'm gonna have myself. Now, we've got low numbers tonight. I'm seeing 622. We need to boost these numbers up. We need to boost these goddamn numbers up. We were in the 800s and now we're in the 622s.
That's 622 where I am.
Well, that's still too low. We need to up these numbers, guys. What the hell is going on?
Do you want some cat high fives or something?
No. Oh, I'm going to bring in someone else into the chat. Oh, no, I'm not. Everyone's gone. 200 could be banned. Yeah, we could have banned 200 people. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. They did ask for it. If you want to join us, here's the link. There's the link. Come and join us. But be interesting. Don't be a dullard. Because I think that's the problem. That's the problem. Is dullard. No, that guy wasn't a dullard. But we're getting dullards coming in. And that guy wasn't. He was good. We don't want any dullards. We want cool people. Hey, speaking of cool people, let me just come a little bit closer. I want to talk to you about 34sp.com. They are one of the sponsors, one of the 4 sponsors of this show right now. They are a web hosting provider. They're based in Manchester. They've given us a special code. TLNA gets you 3 months absolutely free. And you know what? That makes me feel sexy. That makes me want to dance, Catherine. I'm going out of focus because I'm moving too fast. This is a £1,500 camera, and I'm too fast for it because of 34sp.com. And I'm not even getting a website hosted by them. So imagine. I need to go full screen for this. I need to go full screen.
Take it.
Imagine. Why am I not full screen? Hang on. I'm going full screen for this. Okay. Hello. Why are you full screen?
The best.
Turn your microphone off, please. Because you're making a noise. Hello. 34SP. Here we go. 34. I forgot what I was going to say. Basically, 34sp.com, they are the bee's knees, they are the dog's balls. They will host your website unlike any other hoster. Why? Because they're real people, and goddammit, they care. Come here, I want to talk to you. They care. You know the COVIDs, and you know how everyone had to work at work, and they want you to go back at work so that you can use Pret and stuff. Before everyone was being sent home from work, 34sp.com sent their people home from work. And And they've told them they can stay at home for the rest of the year. That is what I'm talking about. They are honest, they are open, they are ethical. They is good people. So I say 3 cheers for 34sp.com. Hip, hip. You can turn your microphone on now.
Hooray!
Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Hip, hip.
Woo!
Lost a lot of steam on that last 2.
Yeah.
The first one wasn't great either.
Well,
Poseidon Safety Management, they're not getting any cheers from us because instead what they get my prayers every night before I go to bed. I get on my knees, I have my glass of milk and I have a cookie. And I get on my knees and I pray to Jesus and I thank Jesus for the food, for the cookie and the milk, and I thank him for my cats and for my children, and I thank him for all my friends, and I ask him to protect everybody, and then I ask him for Poseidon Safety Management to get out there and kick some butt in Devon and Cornwall and catch the bad guys, catch those scumbags that are out there. They are safety people, they're safety people, and that's all you need to know. They're based in Devon and Cornwall. They're getting a little bit leery on Twitter at Poseidon Safe. I go and follow them quickly before they get booted off Twitter because they're getting a little bit, but they're safety people. What can you expect? They've got a dog called Zeus. They have other dogs whose names we are not at liberty to say. Big up the Gregorian. Richard Gregorian is, not only is he a lawyer, like a solicitor, I don't know the difference, but that will help you when you get divorced. He's also a wizard. And I don't mean in the clan. I mean magic. So he can put a hex on the other party. And that's not even a lie. That's true. I've seen him do it. He will need some hair from your ex-partner and like fingernail clippings. But once you've got that, he can do anything. He can do anything to your partner, okay? It's up to you how far you want it to go. And Somers Waste Solution, James and Mark, as well as being the greatest one-stop solution location for all of your waste needs, they're Britain's best bare-knuckle fighters. That's right. They have been touring Europe. They were planning to tour Europe this year. But of course, COVID lockdown meant they couldn't, which is a shame because they were hoping to defend the British BKFT, the bare knuckle fight trophy.
Tournament.
It was exactly.
Teams.
Exactly. And they were forced to not do that through COVID. So they've just been going around the counties beating the crap out of people without boxing gloves. Illegally, breaking the lockdown. These guys are great. They don't break the law, of course, but they will stop you breaking the bank because they'll save you money when it comes to waste. Somers Waste Solutions is the thing. There we go.
I was a bit worried there for a minute, but I think you retrieved that beautifully.
I think I did it. I think I think they probably should pay us more money. In fact, I'm going to send all 4 of those companies a bigger invoice tomorrow saying, I don't know if you saw the ads last night, best you're ever going to get.
Yeah.
Give us a little bit more.
You
Give
came
us a
out
little bit more.
shining like little stars.
Shall we see who we've got now, Kathy?
Well, if you want.
Shall we see who we've got now, Kathy?
Yeah.
All right, then.
Fussed, if I'm honest. Go on.
Let's see who we got now, Kathy. Here we go.
Follow me, Kathy. Please.
All right, Kathy. What's that cushion? Let's see that cushion.
That's my kids.
Gatford's knocking one out.
It's the
Hold on. I've got to turn this off.
Who is that
How does the
woman?
internet work again?
I don't know who that woman is.
This?
Yeah.
It's Frida Kahlo.
But I don't know who she is.
She's a Mexican, was a Mexican artist.
Why, she stopped doing it?
She's dead. A bit dead, yeah.
That's the COVID?
No.
Okay,
The olden days.
Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man. So big and so strong. Come a little bit closer. I'm all alone and the night is so long. I'm feeling really sexy tonight. There's going to be a song. There's going to be a song.
Bit disappointed that song didn't have any mentions about making love in the afternoon, though.
Making love.
That's my go-to with an Ian Lee song.
This guy.
Hey, can I do the serious and then we'll do the funny?
Can we take the piss out of the serious?
Yeah, if you want.
I'm in.
I mean, you might regret saying that, but let's go for it.
I never regret anything.
Other than that No, further to our phone call a couple of days ago,
yes,
I sat down with a big piece of paper and I wrote down a list of everything I need to do.
Yeah.
One of them was, I have to say, I called the Old Samaritans yesterday.
Okay.
Because I needed to, because I was feeling like I was working and living at like 600 miles an hour.
Well done.
And they were very good. And they applauded the list and said, get a big biro and tick it off as you do it. So that's what I've done, and it's helped, because I didn't think I'd be back this week, but here I am.
So, may I ask you what was going through your head? Because there'll be people watching who. There was a gentleman on Twitter today who was telling me he was suicidal, and I struggle when people reach out to me on Twitter because it's so impersonal, and I struggle a bit. And all I could really say was call the Samaritans, and I'm aware that to some it might have looked like a fob off, but actually I think it's brilliant advice.
Oh,
and
no, absolutely.
Please don't interrupt me when I'm talking. So please, and Catherine, please don't side with the callers. We're a team. No, I'm joking. I'm not actually joking. But there'll be some people who will think, oh, Samaritans. Oh, Jesus. So if you don't mind me asking you, Gatford, what was going through your head, like the few minutes building up to you picking up the phone and dialing 116123? And if we could get that, the phone number is in the chat already. Thank you, Mandy.
Yeah, well done, Mandy. I think what it was I was in that malaise of, like, you know, constantly working from home and all these things going on, and, you know, not contacted, not seeing people, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And what had happened was everything had built up in my head, and I felt like I was working and living and doing everything fast. So, you know, I needed to get everything out of my head, which is where I thought, right, I'm going to start writing stuff down. I'm not a good writer. Yeah. I have terrible handwriting. So I'm not someone that goes around making lists. So one of the things on the list was talk to somebody about this. Yep. So I reached out to a few friends, said, can I talk? Some of them were busy. So I thought, well, I'm going to ring the Samaritans then and just have a chat. And just explain what I'm going through and just talk to somebody. And it really helped. And I never got the person's name, and I don't think they ever asked for mine. And we chatted for about 15, 20 minutes. And afterwards, I just sat and breathed for a bit and went back to the list and wrote a few more things down. And it really, really helped. It helped me slow down, because I think what I am is I'm someone, and my mum said it to me, because I went and saw my mum as well. I have to have people around me to listen to what I'm saying. Otherwise, I go a bit doolally. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's hitting home with anybody, is that if no one listens to me, I feel a bit in my head.
I think that's the situation for most people. And as much as I like being on my own, and as much as I like the isolation, I still need to talk to someone every now and then, because otherwise the voices in my head, my voice, whatever it is, just starts echoing, and then the echo is you have to talk to people. It's a healthy thing to do. Were you suicidal?
No, I did hesitate before ringing this friends, because I thought, I don't fit the classic profile of absolute need. No, I'm not suicidal. I'm not, you know, I'm not at the end of my tether. But what I felt like I needed was someone who was going to listen, and they do that really well.
So that's what they do. That's what they're trained to do.
Yeah. And I think it's really important to point out that you don't have to be suicidal to give them a call. That's not all they're there for. They're brilliant at that part of stuff, but you don't need to get to that point to give them a call, and it doesn't make your call any less valid or necessary.
No, at no point did the woman say to me, well, you know, really, could you get off the line? You know, you're holding it up for people who could be jumping off bridges.
They're not allowed to hang up on you.
I would have expected her to say,
we're losing you, Gats.
You jumped in time there. Did you say they're not allowed to do that?
They're not allowed to hang up on you. You have to end the call. So that's one of the things. It certainly was the thing a while ago. I'm sure it's the same. They're not allowed to, and that's it. And they're not. They have this image of being just for suicidal people, and I've called them when I have been suicidal, when I have been thinking, right, I'm going to kill myself now, but before I do that, I'm just going to phone up the Samaritans. I'm just going to give them a chance, and if that doesn't work, I'm definitely going to kill myself. And that call was enough just to release the pressure so that I didn't kill myself. But you don't have to be that desperate to call them up. You don't have to have a reason to call them up. You can just call them up, you know, and that's why I think they're brilliant.
What she was very good at, and this is one of those techniques they teach you where I work, is asking powerful questions. So she asked a question that I couldn't just go yes or no to. So if and probably, as you say, this is in their training, and probably when they're talking to people who are suicidal, they don't want them to go. They want them to keep talking, you know, and things like that. So she was asking the sort of questions that I couldn't just go, oh yeah, or no, or oh right. You know, she wanted conversation. She's very good at getting conversation out of me.
Yeah.
So
Well
now to the other bit. Why the hell have you still got the spoon in your cup of ginger and lemon?
Because I've got honey in there, and the honey sinks to the bottom, so you have to just keep stirring it a little bit.
But surely take the spoon out.
No,
before you drink it.
No,
because
no.
Because on
No.
on top of the
No.
COVID you might
No.
have, you might
No.
have stainless steel
No.
poisoning.
No. Can't get stainless steel poisoning. Go away, loser.
Stainless steel poisoning from something designed to be put in your mouth.
Idiot. Well, they used to make lead soldiers, and you're supposed to put them in your mouth.
No. I've got some soldiers here actually that my dad painted for.
Like toy soldiers. Who was that? Was that Martika?
Martika.
She sang that. She sang that in her kitchen.
Oh.
How many ad breaks have I played in this? Have I played 2? Normally we would take phone calls, but we can't take phone calls because Catherine decided not to come into work today. So we're just going to take Zoom calls. You can join us on the Zoom. She can't hear us. The headphones are going in. She'll be able to hear us now. Hey, Catherine. Nice to see you again.
This is a good noise.
Yeah, it's a great noise.
Had these for years. I don't know what kind of soldiers they're supposed to be, but he painted these for me when I was tiny.
Oh.
Pyong.
Katie, why would I use the spoon as a way of taking the tea in my mouth instead of drinking it? What does that even mean? Here's what I'm going to say to you and to a lot of people in the chat. If you're going to type bollocks, don't type it, right? If you're going to type bollocks, and I think it's good that we're seeing these while I'm berating everybody in the chat. If you're going to type bollocks, don't type it. How's about that? In fact, let's make Catherine the main.
The flag man.
There we go. So you're the main shot now. If you're going to type bollocks in the chat, don't type it. How's about that? Give me different techniques of drinking using a spoon.
Oh my God.
I'm 47. I've covered every way of drinking. So stop. Okay.
The end. Got loads of these soldiers.
How many ad breaks have we had? I think we've had 2. I can't remember.
Shall I suck one of these and see if I die?
I really want to make a joke about it not being the first soldier. If you can do it with a spoon, Ian's done it. Correct. I'm just getting really annoyed with some of the chat, right? It's just some of it's great. Some of it really contributes to the show. Some of it is just like, what are you watching? What are you watching? What are you watching? Are you watching this and listening to this? Because some of the stuff you're saying, it's like, what? What is going on? Are we broadcasting to people on like LSD or something? What is going on? In fairness, all this spoon talk is Gatford's fault. You're absolutely correct, yeah? So listen, here's the thing. Why don't we try a thing where we all sit on our hands? Not you, Lino. We all sit on our hands and we don't type in the chat unless it's like something really important that contributes to the chat. Should we try that, everybody? Oh, I have got a mouse pointer on my face. Hang on.
What are you doing?
Oh, you can't see. Hang on.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, we got some people waiting to come in.
Oh, I can't wait to hear from these guys.
Shut up.
What? That's true.
Let's go to Nokia 8.1.
Oh, Nokia. I've just been waiting for you this whole time. Forget Nokia 8.0. It's all about 8.1.
Amy, you're going to be on the Sensible and Relevant Please Kids patrol, okay? Thank you.
Hey, baby, when you talk to me.
Me, I want to make sweet love a cup of tea.
Oh. Do you like my Fire Saga t-shirt?
No.
Oh.
Zoom Pro has a dial-in number. No, it doesn't. Hello, Nokia 8.1.
Hello.
Enter the chat. Enter the chat.
Hello.
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 Yes.
Hi. I was just wondering. I thought I'd call you in because I know you posted. I think you said something about the 11 o'clock show the other week. You were talking about how this sort of fobbed you off in a way. I'm not sure. I emailed you actually because I had a pretty similar experience in a way, and I was just sort of wondering. It was, I said, I had a bit of a slot on a TV show, and it ended pretty.
Can we see your face?
I can't. 'Cause my internet's not good enough, so it'll just it will just break up.
Okay, I remember your email, but for those who didn't read it, i.e. Catherine and everybody else, let's hear the story.
But yeah, I mean, essentially, it was just a bit. I'm just quite bitter. I'm just bitter in a way how it sort of ended in a way, and it's sort of.
You ended up presenting a show on African television, is that right?
Didn't present it. I mean, I had my own slot in a way, and I think it's pretty similar because there was another guy that phoned up the other week that was sort of asking for advice on how to get into the media, and I've worked for like a couple of radio stations and various different sort of media.
What stations have you worked for?
So I've worked for one. I'd rather not give out names to be sort of specific, but not big ones, just sort of small community ones. But yeah, I've got
because you can understand. You can understand how it. You're not showing your face. You're not giving your name, and you don't want to say the radio stations. That's fine. And it's a story about how you ended up presenting on an African TV show. And it happened when you were 14 years old.
No, I completely understand you.
Because
I get where you're coming from. I'm just saying because there was a kid that phoned up like 3 weeks ago that was talking about trying to get into the sort of radio industry, and I think the bit of advice I'd give him is just sort of don't get taken advantage of. There's a lot of scummy media companies out there that will see sort of kids that are 15, 16 or whatever, and they'll just take advantage of them. They won't pay them. They won't cover them. They won't cover their expenses, and they'll just fob them off when they're finished with them. And I think that's quite sad.
Hang on a minute. Were you talking about football?
Yeah.
So you're real?
Yeah.
Because it sounded like bullshit. Okay.
No.
Chromebook is up to 12.
So you're real?
Yeah.
Well, hang on a minute. But I don't understand how any of this is. I don't understand how any of this happened. All right, we're gonna watch a video of you in a minute. Okay. All right. Now that I know you're real, I can lower my defenses are lowered because I've got to be careful.
Yeah, no, I completely understand.
My
defenses
are lowered.
I wouldn't because you've had a few sort of people that have phoned up and it wouldn't be a surprise to you if I just started like spewing some crazy neo-Nazi statements down the phone. So
May I use your first name?
Because you can if you want.
Well, because we're going to watch a video that's on YouTube of you.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
James, it's and the thing is all I'm not going to dox you, but I hate doxing.
It's fine.
But there are videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Of you and of you talking about it.
Yeah. But I mean that's the thing in a way because I did that to sort of trying to sort of I don't know make myself feel a bit better about the situation. But in reality, I was still pretty annoyed in a way about how it because essentially what happened was because it was all over Skype. Essentially one day I they just completely ignored me, which I think is pretty horrible in a way.
Yeah. So how did African television get you? How did they find you?
So it was completely random, really. I mean, I literally just got a random Skype message completely out of the blue. I think they must have got the wrong person or something. Basically just saying, "Are you free at 3:30 to do this thing?" So it sort of went along with it, and then like 4 hours later, they were based in London, but it went around globally. So it went over to Africa. I think the American broadcasters picked it up, and a couple of other ones in sort of Asia as well. And it just went from there, and it went on for like 3-4 months. Well, it's probably a bit longer than that actually. And then, yeah, all of a sudden, it just suddenly ended really, really suddenly, which is sort of fair enough because I wasn't supposed to be on there in the first place. But then you'd have thought they'd have a bit more sort of grace about them when they basically used me a lot to just not respond at all, not really give me an explanation. I thought was pretty bad.
It's a crappy way to treat anybody, but a 14, 15-year-old lad is particularly bad. And how did that feel?
Yeah, it was really bad actually. Yeah, I mean it was a shame because it'd been quite a bit, been a pretty important part of my life for that sort of period because I didn't really have much sort of. I don't want to turn this into. I don't want to sort of start playing my own violin, but I didn't really have much going for me at that time, and it was escapism really from quite a dull life that I had, and then for that to just sort of suddenly end, it was hard, yeah.
And that was 3 years ago. I've got your email in front of me, and let me read this bit. I'm in a strange position. When people ask about it, I don't like to talk about it because I'm still extremely bitter about how it all ended. I get that. 3 years on, I'm still processing it. I'm extremely grateful for what happened because it gave me an idea with what I wanted to do with my life. I now have a job linked with what I spoke about in the program. Blah, 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 blah. So how are you feeling now? You were obviously taken advantage of.
Yeah, completely.
Which is terrible. How do you feel now?
I mean, look, the thing is, I get people ask about it because obviously it's a stupid story like, oh yeah, you know, you appeared on African TV by mistake. I'm not going to just not speak about it. But then there's also part of me that thinks, well, you know, it could have continued. It could have finished a lot better than it did. And I'm feeling better about it because I've used it to sort of my advantage and I've kind of came through out of the other side of it. And I've kind of said, well, I'm trying to basically prove everyone that they're wrong, to be honest with you, because there's a, you know, it didn't end well. But yeah, I'm pretty hungry actually to sort of, I kind of used it as fuel in a way to turn myself because, you know, I've had some pretty big, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I've had some relatively big gigs with the likes of BT Sport, the likes of some pretty big sort of YouTube people, and so yeah, it's going all right, and I work for a community radio station, so it's going good, but yeah, it's a strange place really because it's sort of a double-edged sword because, you know, I write sort of, I'm a freelance writer as well, so I do all these articles and stuff, and then it's like, oh yeah, you know, you're the kid that appeared on African TV by mistake. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I really wish you sort of didn't kind of pay attention to that because I've just sort of written 6,000 words. It's taken me 3 months to write about Uzbekistan or whatever, and this is sort of what's being brought up.
May I share some wisdom that I have gained through having, 25 years of doing this.
Go for it.
And through having watched bands in particular who, you know, had 3 years of fame, and then that was all they were ever asked about for the next 25 years is that 3 years. They only ever seem to find happiness, the bands I'm talking about in particular, when they were able to embrace that 3 years of being in the spotlight and to talk about it and to own it. And I am finding that I am able to look back at what happened and talk about it in my terms and not in anybody else's terms. Now, maybe that only comes with time, and maybe you won't have that feeling until, you know, 15, 20, 25 years. You'll get it then. Or maybe there's a way that you could start possibly, and I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just kicking an idea around, start embracing it now and accept that was you. And if people bring it up, go, yeah, that was me. Anyway, I'm here to prove what I can do now. And own it, and it's yours. And you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to talk about it. And you only need to reveal what you want to reveal. That's your story, right? Yeah. So if you come to me for a job, hey, you're the kid that was on the African TV. What was that like? I'm allowed to ask that question. You are also allowed to not tell me. That's your story. When I was on, it's a slightly different thing, but when I was on Matthew Wright's TV show, he wanted to talk about my marriage that was breaking up. And I didn't want to talk about it.
Didn't you like... you didn't storm. Did you storm out? Or
I stormed out during the break,
Yeah.
so they didn't get the shot of it. But the thing, and he wanted to talk about my mental health, and that's what I wasn't there to talk about that. I get to decide when I talk about my mental health and how much I reveal. I get to decide when I talk about my marriage and how much I reveal. I get to decide when I talk about the 11 o'clock show and how much I reveal. And if I don't want to talk about it, I go, I'm not prepared to talk about that today. What else can we talk about? And if they keep pushing it, I very politely say, I think I'm in the wrong place. You own your part in that story, and you can tell it or you can not tell it. You can embellish it. You can play bits down. You can do whatever you want because you own it. No one can make you share that if you don't want to share it.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of pretty helpful. Cheers. I mean, yeah, it's sorry, just coughed down the microphone there.
There we go. Right,
it's a strange thing really. That's sort of pretty helpful because I kind of get a bit sick of telling it in a way because it's sort of the same story and that, and you know, it just I mean that's kind of what I wanted to hear. I mean, you know, when you work for talk radio as well, because I might have this issue in the future. Did you ever feel pretty sort of uncomfortable working for a Murdoch-owned radio station?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But I would do it again because I am a realist, and that's kind of how the world works. Now, listen, because I worked for a company that was owned by Rupert Murdoch doesn't mean in any way I condone the majority of his acts. I naively thought I could create change from within, or I was certainly never told what I had to say or what my political angle should have been. It did sit uncomfortably. Every night that me and Catherine walked into the building, we'd say we're walking through the gates of hell and we're about to suck the devil's dick. But I'm also a realist that if you want to work in radio, there aren't that many options, and it's about compromise. It's about compromise. And the compromise was I could do the show that I wanted to do. I got paid really well, and I was not in any way, I was not significantly endorsing their other immoral practices.
There are very few really nice guys at the head of big media organisations, and you know, who works for a boss? You're very lucky if you work for a boss generally that you completely back, you know, with their actions when it comes to the way they treat employees, the way they treat life. But we did not start working at a Murdoch organisation. Would I have chosen to go and work for one? Probably not. They took us over. And the change came very, very slowly. It was gradual. It didn't affect us for a long, long time. It was kind of this sort of holding pattern, and we were just sort of waiting for it to kick in. And by the end, my God, it kick in.
Yeah, because I mean, I did some freelance work for a company that's supposedly a multi-million media company, and yet they couldn't even afford to cover their expenses for some of their freelancers. So.
Yeah.
This is all bullshit. All of these companies can afford all of that stuff, but they don't, because you know the top 5 people at the top are getting a million a year, 5 million a year,
and
the people below them
as well.
Yeah, and the people below them are getting $250,000 a year, and the people below them are getting 150,000 a year, and the people right at the bottom, the people that are making the tea and getting the post, they're doing it for free. That's how these places work. Whether it's News Corp or it's the BBC or it's you know the offices down the road. That's how all of these places work.
Yeah, no, it's not unreally. I mean, the thing is with the radio industry as well now going forward. I mean, it's not really in a good place. I mean, I'm only in radio. I'm going to be honest here. It's a means to an end. I don't want to work in it full time because of how insecure it is as an industry.
Yeah.
And I don't really like the sort of changes that are being made by Bauer and Global. That it's basically just 2 companies that have bought all the other local stations up, and it's now just like a monopoly.
James, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to pause before you answer it. And I would like you to give me a really honest answer, and I will respect your answer. Okay? I want you to try this as your first step at reclaiming your history and your story. Would you prefer that I didn't show the video that I found of you talking about what happened?
No, you can show it because I'm fine with that, because I did that video on my terms with people that I like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're 100. I think you know the video. You're 100%. I won't show it. I'll
no, because that was me who had complete control of that.
If you said no, I wouldn't show it.
No, it's fine.
Because we're not all arseholes in this business. There
Yeah.
are some people that go, well,
No,
tough. It's on YouTube.
You seem, to be honest, like you seem a genuinely like decent bloke, which is why I listen to your shows. Because like, I've been listening to like your Absolute shows going back in like the day, and it's just a completely different alternative to the sort of major. I think Speech Radio as well has gone a lot more sort of right wing, especially on some of the other stations, and it's kind of unlistenable now.
James, it's nice to talk to you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you too, man. And look after yourself. I mean,
You too.
Ta.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. There we go. What a nice guy. We're going to play a little bit of this video. We'll kind of skip through bits of it. I'm going to share this screen and I'll play it. Oh, no, I need to do it over...
From a small village.
Well, hang on. I need to do it over here so that I can see what's going on. I need to do that. And I need to just share screen. And I'll put it up against the...
there it is.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. So we're going to go there, and we're going to go there. So this is James, who we've just been talking to.
It's just outside of Cardiff, and here's how I ended up becoming an expert on Man United on African TV for 6 months. It's the 19th of March 2018, and I get a random Skype message off an account called Premier League Fan Zone that I've never heard of before. The reason I'm seeing this message in the first place because I've got the day off, because it's snowed it down, so I'm not in school.
Snowed it down, love it.
And they're sending me these messages that are sort of like pissing about, weren't really taking it seriously, and all of a sudden they were like, oh, can we test your connection? And I was like, oh, hang on a minute, connection. For some of our older viewers, that's just...
Guys, there's going to be echo. I'll tell you why there's going to be echo. I'm playing it down my frigging headphones so that Catherine can hear it. Deal with it.
It made me think of that song by Elastica. You can do the introduction in your head, I'm not going to do it. Anyway, so they're testing my connection, and all of a sudden, right, I seriously think it's just like my mate's pissing about. And then like, do you want to be on the show 3:30 UK time? And this is like, hang on, like what is this? Like, I didn't know what it was, and I googled the show, and I find out it's like the Premier League's own TV channel, which is like distributed in around like 70 countries worldwide. They've got their own like calling show called Premier League Fan Zone, which is what the account was, and it's similar to sort of 606, that sort of thing, but like a 21st century version on telly, and it's got all sorts of people that you've kind of forgotten about that have just been contended for the next West Ham job. Anyway, so this went on. We were talking about connection, and this bloke starts talking on the Skype call, so he's calling me. Skype call goes off, and he's like, "Hi James," I'm like, "All right," and he's like, "Do you want to be on the show 3:30 UK time?" And I'm like, "All right, yeah." And so that happened, and I was still thinking at this point, right, this is a good wind-up by someone's got a day off, so it's wind me up. Anyway, 2 hours later, I think like Matthew Edmonton or someone like that, and she goes, "Oh, we've got James in Lagos, Nigeria," and I'm like, at this point, right, I'm trying to like not to piss myself.
James, how are you? I'm alright, how are you? Listen, James, 20 seconds to make your point, go. Right, this ain't a point, it's a question, but there's an academy graduate that came through the same academy that you did, the class of 92. He's got a book out at the moment, and he had an injury, and his name's Ben Thornley. Before he had that injury, was he the best player in that squad? Was he better than Scholes? And would you say, under the natural ability, he was the best player in that team before he had the injury?
I think from both. Yeah, from both. So that, I'd say that the answer would be yes before his injury. I thought he was he the best?
Which manager would you like managing your club? If it wasn't Jose, would it be Jurgen or would it be Mauricio?
It'd be neither of them. I'd go for either Kieran McKenna or Michael Carrick.
Yeah, but that wasn't the question.
I love your style, James. I love your style.
Let me ask that question again. Would it be Jurgen or would it be Mauricio?
It'd be Pochettino.
Okay. I thought he was going to say...
He just couldn't say a Liverpool manager's name. It's just not something that can come out of his mouth.
Why would I say Klopp? Why would I say Klopp? I mean, I think he's so overrated. I mean, look at he's no Liverpool, right? His football, alright, it's attractive. What has he won, right? He's got to a League Cup.
He's brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah, took it and ran with it.
He's brilliant. Not being bullied by those big boys in the studio. Not being bullied by those big boys in the studio. How funny. What a nice young man.
Yeah. I must admit, when he first started talking, I thought, this sounds like, come on, this sounds...
Well, even though we know it's real, it still sounds like balls, doesn't it? It sounds made up. I know it's not.
What do you think happened? Someone messed up in the setup?
Oh, look at you, 9 o'clock. I've just seen your WhatsApp message. Zoom link. I'd emailed it to you.
I found it after.
Yeah, I'd sent it quite early.
No, you hadn't.
I had, actually.
Well, it hadn't arrived. But thank you.
Enjoyed that. Thank you, James. Oh, was that your belly?
No, it was my throat.
So it was your body.
It was my body.
I
My esophagus.
finished Forever today.
Oh, yeah.
It's great, really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And then I started watching, I forgot this, I once called this, there was a film that came out, I think it came out in 2012. And when it came out and I watched it, I said, Hollywood, pull the shutters down, it's over. This is the greatest film of all time. And I was nervous to start watching it, and I watched the first 30 minutes of it, and it's even better than I remember. Can you guess what that film, released in 2012, is?
Is it Mighty Ducks 2?
Nope.
Mighty Ducks 3?
Nope.
The fourth Mighty Ducks.
If you're going to keep saying Mighty Ducks, it's not
Never
any...
seen a Mighty Ducks movie, have you?
Okay.
Doesn't appeal to me at all.
Dave
Runnings
Bodave
2.
says 2012. Yes, it was in 2012. 2012.
Was that Frozen?
2012.
Hmm?
2012.
It's called 2012.
That's correct. It's the movie 2012, starring John Cusack, and it's about the Mayans being
Mayans.
the mayonnaise. They invented mayonnaise. It's not called mayonnaise. Ew. That's. I'm going to say something I've never said to you before. Do that again.
Why?
Sexy. Sexy. Do people still say sexy? Ooh, feeling so sexy tonight.
Feeling sexy.
I'm feeling so sexy. Let's make love. Should we do it?
People say that.
Should we do it? Imagine like couples go, I'm feeling really sexy. Do you want to do it?
I'm feeling sexy.
I'm feeling so sexy tonight. Do you want to do it? I'd like to do it. You don't want to do it? Do you mind if I do it? To myself. Can I put my hand on your thigh? If you have to, but be
Getting
quick.
an unnecessary window on your world there, mate.
No eye contact, please.
Oh my God. Feeling sexy though. That's good.
Should we take another?
Yeah, maybe they're feeling sexy.
I want
I
to
hope not.
put my hand on their thigh.
God, don't look at them.
Oh, suddenly not feeling quite so sexy.
They're a bit nervous about the eye
I
contact.
think we're about to talk to a nipple.
No, we're not. That's Lee, isn't it?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can hear you inside like a pink onesie.
No, it's not.
Hey!
There we go.
Daniel, my brother, you are older than me. Do you still feel the same?
I think for the record, we have to say that Daniel is not his brother.
He is older than me though.
Yeah.
I'm not older than you.
Well, you look it. John, early Elton John is quite good.
Yeah, I'll get yeah.
Early Elton John is quite good. I was listening to Rocket Man the other day and it made me a bit emotional. And I thought, why is Rocket Man's about cocaine, isn't it?
Is it?
Let's go through the lyrics of Rocket Man. Hang on a second, because
I thought it was about being lonely.
I thought it was about Rocket Man lyrics. I thought it was about cocaine. She packed my bags last night pre-flight, 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm going to be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much. It's cocaine loneliness. I miss the earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's going to be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man burning out his fuse up here alone.
Oh yeah, you might be right.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So the drugs would be burning out his system, and he's burning himself out by it.
Yep. And it could. I'm not the man they think I am at home. That could be the gay thing.
Yeah.
Or it could just be the drug abuse thing. But I was thinking, why did this get me so emotional? And then I remembered, on Sundays, when Happy Days was on, we would have a roast dinner. and my dad would pick me up from the sofa and fly me over to the dining table singing Rocket Man. He'd sing Rocket Man to me as he flew me over to have my roast dinner.
That'll do it.
That's sweet, that is.
Listen to everybody in the chat. Dan, but Elton didn't write his own lyrics, did he? Jody, but Elton John didn't write the lyrics, so how much can we read into them? Well, yeah, I wonder, because, maybe, just maybe, I know they wrote in separate rooms, but maybe once they'd finished the songs, they went and hung out with each other and spoke a little bit, and let's be honest, probably did cocaine together.
They were besties. Bernie knew what was going on with them.
Of course he did. Of course he did. So
Well, the
there you
one
go.
song going on.
Bernie
the songs
wrote
that
them for him. Sorry, go on.
Going on songs that get you emotional. There's a song by a woman called Rita McNeil called "Working Man." It was done for a mining incident in Wales. I think in the 80s or 90s. I'm not sure.
Oh.
And it's about men going down, working down the pit for little pay and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And my stepdad used to be a miner. He was on strike. He was known as a scab, I think it was. I think.
Tough times.
So, well, I didn't know him then. He wasn't my stepdad then. But talking to him before he passed away, I learned a lot. And then that Working Man song, as soon as I hear it, I'm in floods of tears.
It's funny, isn't it? Isn't it how just music, man, is incredible, and how it can just set things off,
It pulls at your heartstrings when you least expect it to.
Yeah, and it can be really odd little bits of music as well. Rocket Man, I mean, really, but that suddenly I'm flying over the coffee table. Working Man is, it's you talking to your dad about, the bloody miners' strike, 1984. Yeah,
mine is Save the Last Dance for me. And it reminds me of my wedding day. My granddad hadn't been very well, and he was always a dancer. He was a big fella, my granddad. He was a docker in his youth, but he also used to be a dance instructor. We used to joke he was a Patrick Swayze of Salford. So my wedding, he'd been really sort of quite sedate because, he'd not been feeling very well. It was quite obvious he wasn't himself. And that song came up and we had a dance, and he knew all the moves, and you dance with someone and they know how to lead with that, and so you look brilliant, you look like you know what you're doing, but really there's a little touch to the back here, and I'll never forget that dance. And every now and again that song will come on and it always takes my breath away, really, and takes me back to that point where it was just us, and I was dancing with my granddad. It was great.
And that is now forever encapsulated in that 2.5-3 minutes. That will always be where that song takes you back to. Isn't that magic? It's magic. It's a spell. It's like locking it in a bubble.
But no, I wanted to video call you guys today. One, because I haven't video called you before.
Thank you.
I've only done through voice calls. But I was going through last week. I know a friend of mine who runs a computer repair business in Mansfield.
Yeah.
And I want to help him, and I want to help him out. And when I help him, he doesn't pay me. He buys me my lunch and a drink at the pub or whatever. I go down just to help him out.
Yep.
And he's getting to a state. He's always said to me that when he can't be bothered anymore, he'll close up. He'll shut down completely.
Right.
And when I'm out in the street, I'm having people coming up to me asking me for their computers, but I don't have keys to the shop. I don't, you know what I mean? And when I tell the owner of the shop, I'm like, look, mate, I'm having people come up to me in the shop. I know you're going through some stuff, be depression, anxiety, whatever, and I'm here for you, mate. You can talk to me. I'm a phone call away. But you need to realise what sort of effect it's having on me mentally as well. So I can't go outside and have a cup of coffee with my mum without at least one customer coming up to me saying, excuse me, I want my computer back. And I'm like, right, and you want me to do what? I can't do a Mr. Ben and go in and get your computer and it'll be fixed. I don't do that when I help out in the shop.
I just have to say, for legal reasons, Mr. Ben did not fix computers, guys. Mr. Ben did
No,
not
no,
fix
Mr. Ben did
computers.
not.
But carry on. Sorry,
I don't
Daniel.
know what
Carry
he
on.
did. He seemed to be shopping a lot, didn't he?
I
He
think
did,
he was.
yes.
Yeah. He was
I
taking.
think
He was
Mr.
having a
Ben's a
joint.
bit-
He was having a joint in the dressing up room. That's what Mr. Ben
He
was
must have
about,
been.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Must have been. All those weird, wacky adventures he had in
Yeah.
that dressing room.
Um,
But no, so it's just one of those things where at points, a couple of nights at Sunday night, I went for a walk around the local reservoir. It's pitch black. I just took my phone with me and just wandered. And yes, it did cross my mind. What if I jump in? You know what I mean? But then I thought, no, because I've got nephews, I've got my mum, I've got my sister. I can't, you know what I mean? It's hard to try and not weigh it out. That's a term to use, but what's the word? Like, sort out in my head.
Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem, and no one is better off if someone kills themselves. No one is better off. Everyone suffers. It's just a fact. Even your enemies, the people that everyone suffers. But was it crossing your mind because of what's going on with your friend and the shop?
Yeah, because I've heard from his landlord that they're now taking higher action, going to courts and stuff. And I know that my friend doesn't open his post, so he'll never know. And my friend, one day, he might go to the shops and he'll have a camera crew there with Channel 5, we can't pay, we'll take it away, knocking
my
down
God.
his shop door. And that's the thing I'm dreading the most, is me sat at home with a cup of tea thinking, hang on, that's Mansfield High Street. Hang on, I know that shop.
Okay.
Watco's walking in the background.
Okay, so what do you need to do to make yourself feel safe, but also make yourself feel like you've done the right thing?
This is what I'm struggling with. I know I can sit at my computer desk, play Minecraft, play whatever game I want to play, and that takes my mind off it. For that period, for that 2, 3, 4 hours, my mind's gone. You know what I mean? My mind's in the world of pixelated building blocks when I'm building roads or whatever. It's outside of that. And then with everything else, I'm just struggling.
Well, do you need to walk away from your friend for your own sanity and safety?
That's the last resort. That's been playing. That's the thing that's been like ticking over. It's like and I know this sounds rude, and I'm not being rude, but I need to ditch him. That's probably the wrong term to use, but
well, it doesn't sound rude. It sounds one of the things I've learned as I've got older is to set boundaries, and a friend that is dragging me into their madness. I need to step away from that because I want to try and fix them and help them, and I realise that I can't. And if I carry on, I get sucked into it, and I end up having customers that are pissed off with me. I end up possibly going to court and prison because. So walking away and setting a boundary is not a bad thing to do. It's not a cowardly thing to do. My suggestion would be you say he doesn't read letters. Can you talk to him?
I mean, I've tried to talk to him on phone calls, sending messages through Messenger, and it's like I'm talking. He's about as much use as a chocolate fire guard.
Delicious.
You know what I mean? I'm just talking to a brick wall, and I'm like, one of the days, mate, I want to get your head and put your head in the brick wall just so that you pay attention.
My suggestion would be is you write him an email and you phone him up and you say the same things in both the email and the phone call or the phone message saying, look, been really enjoyed working with you, but this is having a negative impact. I'm out with my mum having a panini, and I'm getting people coming up and embarrassing me in front of my mum. That's unacceptable. I think perhaps you need to look at how you structure your business and maybe close it down. But it's upsetting me. I feel it's putting me at risk, and I don't want any of that. So I'm going to step away. And if you sort your head out a bit, then maybe we can have a chat. But for my own safety, for my mum, I need to step away.
And there's nothing wrong with doing that because you're giving him so many chances. You've tried talking to him about it, and you can't take responsibility for him. Can't. He won't help himself.
Sorry, in one particular week, I think I rung his mobile at least 20 times to no avail, to no voice calls. I mean, it got to a point where I was going to a well-known fast food outlet with golden letters, and I
the police were getting a drink from in there, and they go, "Danny, mate, can I borrow you a second?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Let me just get my food." So I sit down there and, "What's happened with computer shop, mate? We're getting people asking us that they want their computer back." And I'm like, and at that point, that's like the straw that broke the camel's back for me on that night. And then that's why when I know obviously you're doing the Zoom calls and stuff, I was like, I know who will talk sense to me. Ian and Catherine will slap my head and go, "Oi, listen here, Dan. This is what you need to do. You do it this way."
Well, I would never tell you what to do. I would only suggest. But I think you need.
Advise me. Yeah.
Yeah, I would suggest you need to step away and protect yourself, and allow him to carry on doing whatever it is he's doing, and hopefully he'll realise at some point that he's going the wrong way, and maybe he won't, and maybe he'll go to prison. I don't know.
And can I just say, the Samaritans on 116, 123 are a godsend.
The best.
They don't get enough recognition for the amount of stuff they have to put up with. I mean, we ring them with our problems. We pass off our problems onto these amazing angels, legends, whatever you want to call them, and they don't get enough recognition, not just from us, but from the government and from anyone else. They're silent heroes, and I think more needs to be done to say thank you, Samaritans. And thank you to you, Ian, and to you, Catherine. You two are brilliant.
Thank you, Daniel.
I've always said this. You're lovely guys. And one day, Ian, if you come up to Mansfield, I'll buy you a coffee.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Goodbye. Peace and love. Goodbye, Scott, who's going. I timed out Fat Stew because he was just taking up the whole chat with these big old chunks. These big old chunks. I know he was talking about music and stuff, but just a big old chunk of chat. And it doesn't help. So I timed him out. I don't want big old chunks of chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Constantly big old chunks of chat. I'm enjoying tonight.
I can tell. Feels like you're back a little bit.
Oh, shut your face.
You shut your face.
You shut your face.
Shut your face.
I might play a little bit of a scary game after midnight.
Oh, yeah?
I might play a bit of Home Sweet Home.
I might watch it.
All right, then.
I might not.
Oh, but by the way, everyone has stopped following, right? Follow. We forget we've got to mention this. This is our job.
Oh, yeah.
Follow. Please click follow. We are on 10,140. The next target is 100,000 follows. We want to get to 100,000 follows.
What happens when we get to 100,000? Do we get a certificate or something?
Yeah, we get a certificate, right? 100,000 follows. So click follow. If you're watching now, click follow. Beautiful. Lovely.
That'd be nice. Thanks.
You've clicked follow. Well, what next? Okay, well, maybe you've got Amazon Prime. Okay, if you've got Amazon
What can I
Prime,
do with it? I mean, apart from watch great movies.
you can link, and can someone put a link in the chat, please? And we need to mention this more. You can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, right? And then you can subscribe to Catherine and I. I know it's my name in the channel, but it's Catherine and I.
Catherine and me.
No,
Subscribe to me.
It'll be Ian and I if you were there. So Catherine and I in the channel, you can subscribe with your Twitch Prime. There it is. I think there's a new link for Amazon Prime. I don't think it's that anymore, is it? Isn't it like Amazon.com/gaming or something? Anyway, so you can then subscribe to this channel. Catherine and I get £2.50 each. Get £2.50 each. Doesn't cost you a penny. You could never spend that money. You could never spend it. We get £2.50 each. Imagine if 10 of you did it. That's 25 quid each. 1,000 did it. That's a lot of money. So, link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch and subscribe. It's great. We haven't got Amazon Prime. What are you talking about? Well, first of all, if you haven't got Amazon Prime, it means you cannot join us when we do Amazon Prime watch party, which we're going to do at some point. There it is, gaming.amazon.com. That's the new one. Gaming.amazon.com. That's the new one. And you have to do it every month, okay? Now, if you're not got Amazon Prime, well, you can subscribe using cash. And this month is September. So that means you get 30% off, and you can block book. You can get like 6 months block book. There are 3 different tiers. Tier 1, great. Tier 2, fine. Tier 3, most expensive, it's about 25 quid. With this 30% off, it's like 20 quid or 21 quid, something like that. But you will be invited to an exclusive Tier 3 production meeting.
Oh gosh, and last time it went off.
It was great. And it will be filmed, it'll be recorded, it's on Zoom, you get invited, and you get to submit your suggestions for the show. And we guarantee that we will take at least one of those suggestions on board, although they were good suggestions. They were actually proper suggestions.
They were brilliant, weren't they?
Last time.
Surprised.
If you're a student, you can get a student discount on Prime. And so subscribe. This is how we make our living. I got Patreon as well, but that's separate from this. If you want to go and look at patreon.com/Ian Lee, you're very welcome. But this is split 50-50. Every penny that we get split between us. This is how we feed our kids, guys.
Yeah,
so thank you for your support. I'm going to put the link in the chat. There we go. If anyone wants to join us. Don't suggest CatCam Gatford already. All right. We'll have CatCam back up and running tomorrow. It's just a bit tricky while we're doing this. While we're doing this on the Zoom. Catherine, why don't you talk about...
Got really itchy contact lens. Go on.
Yeah, talk about your really itchy contact lens. That's what people want. Go on, talk about some of our wonderful sponsors. If you want to sponsor the show, by the way, late night alternative at gmail.com.
Well, first
right,
of all,
hang on a minute. Stu, fuck you. Fuck you.
Whoa, what happened?
You know, if I do something you don't like, you could just ask me not to do it. I found that pretty embarrassing. If I'd known, I wouldn't have done it in the first place. That's what timeouts are. I timed you. We can't. If someone does something in the chat that we don't like, we can't go every time. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. You get a timeout. I'm sorry you found that embarrassing. That's your issue, Stu. That's your issue. I'm tempted to time you out again. I'm really angry now, and that's my issue, Catherine. That's my issue that I'm angry.
Okay. Let's big up the Gregorian quick. Richard Gregorian Emerson Family Law, one of our earliest and most prolific sponsors. He really is fantastic. If we ever do a giveaway, odds are that Richard Gregorian has bought the merch that we're giving away. He's wonderful.
Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, he's just brilliant. So if you're getting divorced, you're going through it at the moment, I don't need to tell you that life gets really difficult. Richard Gregorian will not make it any more difficult. In fact, he will do his best to make it as smooth as possible. He won't pit you against your ex. He won't create extra trouble. What he wants is for it to be a smooth transition from the family that was to the family that goes forward. So, you're always going to be mum and dad. Let's hope that you can get through still talking to each other. Richard Gregorian will do his very best to make sure that happens. And he's got loads and loads of people who've been in touch with him since their divorces to say that, not only did he help them with the legal stuff, but also, he was someone to talk to about how they were feeling mentally about
GELaw.co.uk. Mandy, thank you. You've just put all of the companies in the chat. GELaw.co.uk. Give us 34sp.com. That's 34sp.com.
Okay, 34sp.com. They're a web hosting business based in Manchester. They're brilliant to their staff, and they've got a real conscience when it comes to the way they operate. For instance, they give 10% of their platforms to registered charities. That means about 600 registered charities get their websites from them for free because they're trying to do their bit to make the world a little bit better. They do something to offset the carbon footprint that they would have if they hadn't already reduced it to absolutely nothing. It's crazy. So they plant more trees than they need to.
Let me get the stats on this, because this is nuts what they do, right? But it's brilliant nuts, okay? They plant trees with the Woodland Trust to offset double the carbon that they would produce if they weren't already using 100% renewable energy. This is amazing, man. And if every company did this, then we'd save the planet. I mean, it's as simple as that. For crying out loud. 34sp.com. There is a code, TLNA. If you go, if you get a website, you put that code in at the end, TLNA, you get 3 months for free.
And if you get your website sorted out through those people, let us know, and we will big you up on here so more people can find out about you. But honestly, the price you pay on their website, the price you see on their website is the price you pay. And if you don't like what they're doing, you can walk away. Absolutely no ties.
Mark and James at SommersWasteSolutions.com. That's SommersWasteSolutions.com. They are your one-stop shop for all of your waste needs. Gaunt described it as, he's doing adverts for a little skip company. Well, that's just how dumb you are, John Gaunt. They are much more than just a little skip company. You want a skip? They'll get you a skip. My next door neighbour had a skip over the weekend, and he said I could put stuff in there. It was so exciting. They'll get you a skip. They'll also clean a hospital. They'll also get rid of the waste from an office block. They'll also get rid of the waste from, a whole street. They are your one-stop shop for all of your waste needs. They've got a switch and save campaign going on at the moment. Give them a call. Tell them what your setup is in your shop, in your hospital, in your estate, trading estate, wherever it may be. They're pretty confident they can not only save you money, but they can make your business greener. And it'll all be with just one invoice every month instead of invoices from 5, 6, 7, 8 different people. SommersWasteSolutions.com. And finally, Catherine, Poseidon Safety Management.
You want dogs, they got dogs. If you want
Dogs.
something looking after in Devon and Cornwall, they really are the only people to go to because they are brilliant. They recruit from the local area, so they know all the little... what would you call it? Specialisms from each community.
The cubby holes. The
Yeah,
cubby
they know-
holes of crime.
They know the nooks and crannies. They know the characters, if you know what I'm talking about as well. And also, they've got an eye on the sort of demands there are in that very specific part of the world. That's Poseidon Safety Management, biggest team of guard dogs in those 2 counties. And they do their very best to look after communities that they live in themselves. They've got a vested interest in making it better, safer, and just generally more pleasant place to live.
Thank you for sponsors. If you want to be a sponsor, email latenightalternative@gmail.com. Right. I apologise for saying F you to Fat Stew. But I shouldn't have used that language. But it's that sense of entitlement that we talk about, Catherine. I was embarrassed by that. You shouldn't have done that. You should have told me. Why should I have told you more than anyone else that I've timed out? Why?
It doesn't really make sense to draw more attention to it either,
If you're embarrassed, that's your issue. I got really angry. That's my issue. And I need to understand that. So I shouldn't have shouted out F you. But it just really angers me. People get timed out and you don't question other people's timeout. Why didn't you tell them here's the thing. It was just a timeout for 6 minutes. That's it. You should look at yourself. I'm imagining you've gone now. You should wonder why that embarrassed you so much. Mm-hmm. That's the question that we can't answer. Only you can, because I allowed myself to get angry, right? Can I answer without getting timed out again? It depends what the answer is. In fact, I don't even want the answer. I don't want the answer.
Draw in focus. This is the thing about chat. For the most part, I think people get what the role of the chat is, and it's a bit of a laugh, and you're chatting with each other, and that's cool. But it's the difference between sort of whispering to your mate and talking all the way through, a show, or heckling sometimes. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
I'm not interested.
You can add to it, but please don't be a distraction.
Yeah, exactly. You should probably look at why it embarrassed you. Because that embarrassment didn't come from me, and the embarrassment didn't come from Catherine. If you want to call in and talk about it, you can do. I mean, I don't want to get too navel-gazing here, but you're very welcome to. But also, please don't tell me and Catherine who we can and can't time out. Okay? And mods, if I time someone out, that timeout stays, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Isn't that lovely? So nice. Who have we got? Here we go. Anyone who talks about timeouts should be timed out. Okay, Copal, you're very close to being timed out. How many ads have we played this hour? I think we've played 2. Oh,
what was that?
That was me saying. That was me saying 2.
Oh yeah, so someone's listening to the stream.
That was me saying.
Lisa,
I'm just going to go and get a drink of water if you don't mind. I'm getting a bit.
I don't mind at all.
Excuse me, everyone.
Goodbye, Catherine. That's Catherine Boyle there. Hey, Lisa.
Hi.
What's going on, man?
Just wanted to say hi, and so did Shelley.
Hey, hello, Shelley. I don't know where my caps are. I think they're all next door. They're all next door. Lucky will come in soon. Lucky comes in late, and by then all of the other cats have eaten all of the food, so I then have to feed her. But then they all pile in, so I have to feed everyone twice. It's no good. I am getting a cage. I'm getting a trap from the Cats Protection League so that I can try and trap the big stray tomcat that's feeling sexy all the time. That's my plan. What are you drinking?
Coke.
Coke is it, man. You shouldn't have Coke at this time of night. You're going to be buzzing. You're going to be wide awake.
I always am anyway.
You're going to be peeing all night. I might stay up after the show to... Oh! We got a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. We have got a special guest. Here we go. Cat Club.
There she is. Oh, Megan! Hi then.
This is... There you go, you see?
She's so rude. I love her so much, but she's so rude.
Your cat hates you, Catherine.
She tolerates me up to a point. It's a very narrow point.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're going to stick around, Lisa, at midnight. I'm going to play a scary game. By the way, thank you for gifting the sub, Supercurse24. Appreciate that. Colonel Red, thank you for the sub. It's appreciated. I am going to be playing Home Sweet Home at midnight, which is a terrifying game. Very scary. There'll be
Is
no
that the
raid.
one with Sexy Jane in it?
Sexy Jane in it, yeah. Sexy Jane is in it. Lance is saying play Fall Guys. I will not be playing Fall Guys. I'm going to be playing... I want to try and create complete darkness. I'm going to blow the candle out, turn the light off. I'm going to put the big headphones on so I'm immersed, and I'm going to play a very scary game.
I got a new game.
Oh yeah, what was it you playing?
The really wussy one. Oh, I played Journey yesterday and I loved that.
Yep.
And then I looked up best relaxing games, right?
Oh yeah.
So I got this one you will not approve of. Hang on.
Here we go. Let's find out what it is, Lisa. I don't know what it's going to be.
Don't really play games that much.
You should play games. It's the best. It's better than
The most I play is probably my DS, which is like Mario games.
Oh, for God's sakes, Catherine. It's like Animal Crossing, but for idiots.
Yeah, farming.
I don't like Animal Crossing.
No.
Wow, you're wrong.
You're wrong. Lisa, it's nice to talk to you. We'll speak again soon. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Tatty bye. Tatty bye. Sinjin is there who recommended that creepy game. Right, let's see who we got here. Let's see who we got. Call in user 1.
Hello, madam. Wait.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, is that Ian?
Yes.
It's Sound Nomad from the chat, James.
It's who from the chat?
James in the chat, Sound Nomad.
Oh, hello, James. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm calling on a phone.
How are you doing that?
I'm calling via America, and there were some numbers that were.
There were some numbers that I listed. I'd never seen what those numbers are. So you can phone in using a phone number.
Yeah, I've got all of the settings and everything ready to email over to you if you want.
But via America, is that not costing you a fortune?
No, it's fine. Don't worry. But yeah, I also did the what's it called? GE Law TV intro.
Oh, that was you. Thank you so much.
No worries. Well, just to let you know, I've done one for Poseidon, and I emailed it over, but it didn't seem to get through again. I think last time I had to message it via Catford, so I can send that over too.
Send it over. So some emails are going to our spam, so send it over, and I will check our spam, and we will have a little look-see at that. Thank you very much indeed.
No worries. Enjoying the show. See you soon.
Thanks, man. Cheers. Thank you very much indeed. Well, that's lovely. We're going to get a little video for one of our many sponsors. If you want to sponsor the show, it's cheaper than you think. It's hundreds, not thousands. Oh, someone's on the wonk. Hello?
He's on the wonk. Oh. Hello. Ah.
Hello. Oh, no, I'm up. We go. That's it.
No, she's fine.
She's fine now. That jumper's too thick for this weather.
Oh, I was looking at Icelandic sweaters today, but I thought, no, it's too
It
early.
was boiling today. I was going to start a fire the other night, but it's too. Hello.
Oh.
Hello. Am I quiet? Have I gone quiet?
You did go a little bit faint, yes.
Oh, Jesus.
No, you're fine now.
Is it fine now? Okay.
Oh, no, it's working.
Hey!
Oh, bloody hell.
In it.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Struggling today.
What's going on? What's happening?
Oh, well, nothing's happening. That's the entire problem.
Oh,
I'm just fed up today.
talk to us. Come on. Talk to Uncle Ian and Auntie Catherine.
Let me fucking bounce my phone. I don't know. It's just today's just maybe I've hit the wall today. I don't know. My brother has just moved house in the pandemic and invited us round tomorrow to see the new house and stuff. And I just want to say no. I've got the fear. I don't really want to do it. It seems like a really stupid thing to do at the moment, given how careful we have been to keep my mum safe and stuff. To this idea of going on a jolly jaunt at this stage of the game seems just really stupid.
Does he want your? Why I have gone quiet.
You've gone quiet now, yeah.
What has happened to this? Hello, I've gone quiet. Catherine.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to.
That's fine. What's the main thing? Do you think? Is it that it's you're not ready to do something so quote unquote normal, or has he got like kids and they've been back to school and you're worried about infection?
No, they don't have kids, and I do wonder if he possibly hasn't been taking it quite as seriously as me and my mum have.
Right.
And with all the disruption of moving and stuff, and they will have had a lot more contact with people than we will have done.
Yeah.
But I also feel a bit like the whole reason I'm still here at my mum's is so that she can shield a bit better and not have to go and do the stuff I would have to do. And probably I am not ready to get back to normality either.
Yeah, isn't it weird? My eldest went back to school yesterday, and the day before it was just me and her at the house because my youngest had already gone to school, and that was weird, her going to school, but she was ready. And my eldest got a phone call from her friends, and they said, we're going to the park, do you want to come and see us for an hour? And my first reaction was, no, you can't do that. And I said no, and then I sort of sat and thought about it, and I went, she's going to be walking to school with these kids tomorrow. What difference is it going to make between now and tomorrow? So I took her down there, she asked me to, but partly to make sure that she was where she was supposed to be. And she was there for an hour with her mates, and she came back happy, and I thought, this kid's been cooped up for 6 months. But at the same time, I get it. My first reaction is always, no, we're not going back to normal life at this point. Otherwise, the last 6 months have been for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just also I'm starting to really stress about money now.
Yeah.
And realise my passport's just run out and I've got to find the cash to do that. And I just feel like I can't concentrate on anything for more than about 5 minutes. And today I'm starting to really sort of physically feel it now, this sort of level of stress. But the thought of going back to normality just makes the stress worse.
Yeah.
But what is the answer?
I was there this weekend to the point where everything was up in my chest, like you're doing that gesture there. Couldn't eat anything because I felt full all the time, because I realised I was breathing really shallow, and like you the whole time, right?
Yeah.
And I was like that all weekend. I couldn't concentrate on anything. I didn't want to watch anything too emotional on television because I felt like I was paper thin, losing it. And I said to a couple of people, I said, I feel like I'm that close to losing my, my sanity at this point. And the only thing I can say to you that helped me was just telling myself, nothing is happening now. I'm just going to get through the next hour. I've just got to get through the next, to get my head down on the pillow tonight. I haven't got to do anything. Nothing's going to happen. I've just got to stay in the moment, because it's when you start thinking about all the other stuff that's going on, right? All that kind of the tangled stuff, you start to freak out a bit. We've got limited control over what we can do about stuff, right? But what you can do is know that you've done the very best for your mum, and that your head is in the right place and your heart is in the right place. And just keep breathing, and just, if you can't manage an hour, go from for 10 minutes to 15 minutes. Well, that's all you've got to do. Just keep going.
Yeah, I think the thing is, this is so unlike me to be like this, and I nearly completely lost my rag out in public today with just something that I would normally just sort of roll my eyes and think or whatever, and I nearly felt myself going absolutely blowing my stack,
because everything's up here, right?
Yeah, and I don't know what to do anymore. Today I'm just
right. Well, here's the thing: you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You didn't lose your rag.
Like the whole thing. I've been this whole 6 months. I have been doing exactly what you said.
Yeah,
and that's just not working anymore.
No, because the control has been taken out of our hands. Right, it's starting to spin out.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
And I don't really feel like. I mean, I've got no one to rely on. Who's going to sort it out? Nobody's going to.
You're it, aren't you? You're
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
From beyond, yes. It's the voice of Ian from beyond.
Something.
No, you've gone quite. Go on.
No, there's a weird echo though. Can you hear that echo?
No.
Sorry, are you having a really important chat?
We were having a really important chat, so if you wouldn't mind.
I also don't feel very coherent. I don't feel like I'm expressing myself at all, which is, again, not very like me. I just feel like it's just a mess.
You're allowed to be unsure, and you're allowed to feel weird. It's a weird time. It's a weird time. Everyone's spinning out at the moment. I spoke to my mum about it, and she was like, yeah, I kind of knew what the game was up till now, and now it seems like everyone's freestyling apart from me. Can't control them. All you can do is listen to what you think is the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always feel like I've dropped 20 IQ points. Can't think on anything for more than 2 minutes. And I mean, do I go back to London now and sit in my little room where I lodge in one room? If I go home, I'm just going to be sitting in one room.
When you think about that, do you get a warm feeling like that's the best thing to do, or are you thinking, no, that's a terrible idea?
I don't really see at this stage of going what difference it's going to make. And my main fear of going is potentially not being able to come back if I'm needed here, because I'm going to be exposed to so many more things.
Also, we thought things were loosening up, and now they're talking about kind of making some more restrictions again. This 6-person thing is just a step back, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, again, it probably doesn't make much difference to me because I've not been seeing anyone anyway. So I don't know, and you just watch the TV and see the news and just like, really, is this the best we can do as a nation, really?
I know.
So yeah, I'm sorry that I've just phoned up for a big old moan.
No, it's fine. Do you know what? You're the voice in my head. That's exactly how I've been feeling as well. And I've not been watching the news because I can't do anything about those idiots. All I can do is take care of those closest to me. And
yeah,
do
I'm watching very, very little, really. I mean, I used to be sort of that person in my group of friends who was like, I don't understand what's going on with politics. Sarah, can you explain it to me? And I'd be like, yeah, well, so this has happened and this has happened. But then since Brexit, really, I've just been like, just can't do it anymore. And I'm really shocked that I've been able to be sort of turned off something I used to follow so closely, because it's just painful.
Yeah.
Now I should go and let you talk to someone more cheerful.
No, I don't apologise either, because you'll be talking about something. As I said, you touched on what I'm feeling as well, and I'm sure there'll be people watching that feel exactly the same. It's a weird time. It's a really weird time. Cut yourself a bit of slack.
Thank you.
You're allowed to feel weird, and if it gets tricky getting through the days, just get through an hour.
I shall try.
Yeah, Keep your head in the game. Do something daft. I mean, what did I do? Oh, I put the Eurovision soundtrack on and really loud when the kids had gone to school because the house felt so quiet. I put it on really loud. It's a really stupid film, and thank God for it.
Yeah, I thought I might dress up in some ridiculous over-the-top outfit.
Do it.
Just because everything is just gathering dust. When was the last time I wore like a ridiculous pair of shoes or
get dressed up
hat and just go and do some weeding in the garden, dressed like I'm going to the opera or something?
Or exactly, or watch a daft flipping.
Put the bins out.
Watch a daft YouTube tutorial about eyeliner or something, and try something new. I find those really really relaxing. Those makeup tutorials.
It can be. Well, I suppose also it's like having your friends around. You're getting ready for a night out, isn't it? Can't see them.
There's a guy,
some random woman in
there's a guy called James Welsh, and he's deliciously camp and just really natural, and I can watch his videos for hours and hours. I mean, the looks are definite choices, but yeah, I find him really relaxing and distracting.
I did find a very gobby Australian woman who swears even more than I do, which is entertaining. So she's quite good for a bit of aggressive makeup application.
Boom! Watch that. Just take the edge off a little bit. But anyway,
okay.
It was nice to speak to you.
Take care.
Take care of yourself. Bye. Bye.
Right, hang on a second. Because
here we go.
Right. First of all, something I don't know. I've just gone quiet again. If I do that now, do I sound okay? First of all, do I sound okay? I don't. If anyone just says yes or no, you get timed out. I sound good. Does Catherine sound okay? Can you say something, Catherine?
Hello.
You need to talk a little bit more than that.
Once upon a time.
Okay, thank you. Does Catherine sound okay? Both sound fine. Something really weird happened there, and Zoom, for some reason, took over control of my mixer and just whacked me right down, and I don't know why. Now, Spamalot is saying that he has 109. He wants to give 109 subs. I don't understand why. I don't believe it, but I don't understand why you can't do it. You've not even subbed. Which makes me suspicious. So you can't sub 109 people, but you can sub like 25 people at a time. So that would take 5 goes. So I don't understand why that's a problem. You can sub 100. Okay, sub 100. Try subbing yourself, Spamalot. Try subbing yourself.
I don't know about spam. Sounds fishy.
Spam sounds very fishy. Spam, sub yourself. And then do one sub. Let's see. Spam. Sub yourself now. You've got to sub yourself before you can gift. So sub yourself, Spam. Let's see it. Run Jim, thank you for the sub. Spam is going to sub himself right now.
In front of everyone.
Here we go. We're going to see it. Is Spam Kit Boga? Could be. So Spam is going to sub. Here we go. Wig wham Spam. This is exciting, guys. We could be getting rich, or we could be getting scammed by Spam.
This is high octane twitching right now.
Really is very, very. We're up there. I enjoyed that. I was listening to that conversation. I enjoyed that conversation.
Oh, I did too.
Come on, Spam. Let's see that. Let's see that little sub. Let's get your little sub out. I'm going to move. 1111. That goes right up there if I do that. Was that loud for you? I'm so sorry.
It was. Well, I can hear you over modding. It wasn't too loud.
1111. For some reason, Zoom takes over the Super Kirsters subscribed. Still no subscription from Spam. Go on, Spam a lot. You can sub.
I don't think we're going to get any spam.
I'm very suspicious.
I used to love a bit of spam, me. disgusting, though, isn't it?
Spam's gone AWOL. I got a tin of spam that Paul Ross gave me.
Did you keep it?
Yeah, I've got it.
I think he gave me like spicy spam or something.
Sinjin is raiding. Thank you, Sinjin. Let's get a shout out for Sinjin. Sinjin, we're waiting because Spam is going to sub to us and then going to sub another 108 people.
Is one version of what is about to happen.
Yes.
The other version is
reality. Spam? Because Spam has been in the chat for ages going, I want to sub 109, guys. I can't give my money away. Barry Pickles, thank you for the sub. Everyone seems to be doing it a lot quicker than Wham Bam Spam. It's almost as if it was bullshine. Spam?
I'm a bit worried about Spam.
I'm worried that Spam has bottled it.
He might have fallen over his
Okay,
piles
done
of
mine.
cash.
So going to try 108. It's not come up. Spam, you haven't subbed. You haven't subbed, mate. It was getting very close to a ban. It's getting very, very close to a ban. Barry Pickles has gifted a sub to Pajama Speed. Colin Hype has resubbed. Spam, egg, spam, and spam. Lance has got the hashtag pray for spam.
More eyes, wham bam, thank you, Spam. Let's not thank him yet.
Mandy says, spam, you're a sham.
The Great Spam Scam. That's mine.
Spam is lying, says 6XKQQCKV. Glenn Smith has subscribed. Everybody's subscribing, Spam. Except you. I don't want anybody to gift a sub to Spam.
No.
No. Don't want anybody to gift a sub to Spam. I just got a feeling I had from the first time that someone in the chat said, I want to give away 109 subs.
Seems a very arbitrary number.
Spam.
If it was 129 subs, then I would think, aha.
Spam? Can we help you, Spam? Are you there?
I think he might be a spam quitter.
Okay, I like that. That sounds like Spam Fritter.
Well, spam fritter his money away.
Yeah.
Well, there's something in that. And it's not that. I need to workshop it a bit more.
Spam? Don't want gifts. I've just subbed. You haven't. It's not showing up on my list of people who have subbed, and you don't have a little thing next to you.
I'm starting to lose faith in Spam.
Spam said he had over 11 grand in the Twitch account. Well, just give it to us via PayPal. I've given you the PayPal link. Give it to us via PayPal.
Spam?
Spam's a scam.
Spam? Does that money go to a different school?
You wouldn't know.
Hey, older.
Is it possible he's doing this for attention right now? He's getting a little boner. Yeah, possible. But
Wow.
I'm getting one as well.
So am I.
Spam, you haven't subbed.
Danny Dan P. Spammy, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Spammy?
Spam Ewing. Okay.
Spammer Anderson.
Spam a little. Okay. Spam. Nice one for all the negative comments, but it's just come out of my bank.
Yeah.
Spam, you haven't subbed. So don't tell me you've subbed. You haven't subbed.
Is the bank Gringotts? Is it magic invisible money?
Damn
It's
Spam.
fine.
Sham.
It's fine. If you haven't got it, just say it's fine.
Spam is absolutely
We
fine.
won't hold it against you.
You don't want to sub? That's fine. You don't want to sub.
Yeah.
Spams people.
Oh,
Okay.
Black Betty spam alarm.
Spam just needs my bank account details to confirm the transaction. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Spam Nokia. I mean, that's pushing it a bit. Spam and deliver. It's a spam sham. Spam a lot. 20 says, I just spent £5.99 at iTunes Message.
Okay. Good story.
Spam, are you going to sub or should we get on with the show? Because we're kind of a bit busy.
Are we going to need to give you £2,000 in order for you to release the funds from the bank account that is from a defunct relative who held quite a responsible position in a faraway government? Is that what's going on? Because I've heard that one. They never gave me that money back.
Spam, are you there? Spam? This is just a stream with two people going spam, spam, spam.
Oh dear.
Spam is now getting angry. Spam says, I just have subbed FFS. You haven't.
Swearing doesn't make it true.
Spam, here, if you go to paypal.me/Ian Lee and you put the £11,000 in there, I'll give you VIP status for a week for free. I will do that. I will actually do that. Nightbot has timed out spam a lot. No.
What are you doing,
Don't time
Nightbot?
out.
We're about to be rich beyond our wildest dreams.
Nightbot has timed out spam a lot with the comment, only subscribers can post links. Even Nightbot is trolling spam a lot. Spam's in a jam. Spam should get VIP. Spam will get VIP if Spam gives us the £11,000.
Very invisible purse strings. Cosmic Debris Spam is your real name, Paul McCartney.
Maybe
I miss that guy.
Maybe he's DM the money on Insta Spam. That's possible. Yes.
Oh my god. My cat doesn't believe you, Spam.
Spam. My chest still hurts from when I thought I had COVID.
Oh.
Spam. Everyone else. Oh, Pete. Oh, Pete. I love
what are you
it.
Thinking?
I love it. Spam. Are you going to sub or not?
No.
Are you going to sub or not? Spam.
Oh my god.
Spam. Spam.
Spam.
Spam. Spam. I'm going to put, look, let me post the paypal.me/Ian Lee. Put the 11. Spam-a-lot has subbed!
Oh, here we go.
Spam-a-lot has subbed! I believe
Get ready to catch the coins, everyone.
Here we go. Come on, Spam. Let's get those 109 subs. Let's do it. 108 incoming. All right. We got one. Well done, Spam.
The chat has gone wild.
Stop. Spammer time. Well done. Well done. TYTD reviews. TYTD reviews. It hurts so much.
Samuel Jackson.
Spam, welcome. Welcome.
Oh.
Now, where are the other 108 subs? Come on, here we go. Here we go, Spam.
Checking the back of the sofa.
Spammy Davis Jr. Okay. It hurts my chest so much. Here we go, Spam. Here we go. Stand by your Spam. This is it. Here we go. I like Spam a lot. I'm enjoying Spam's contribution to the show. And this to me is the greatest 15 minutes.
Boring normal person. Choo choo. Spam train has arrived at the station. Well, I think there might be a slight delay. Stand back from the platform if I were you. Mind the gap.
Roger says if I was Spam, I'd gift all 108 one at a time. Own the rest of the show, Spam. I don't know why this is so funny, Catherine.
Well,
okay.
Here's that attention you ordered.
We've got another 108 promised.
Take it like a spam.
Spammy Glover. Okay. Right. Spam. I'm fucking trying. My name is Mark. I love Spam Benson. FFS Google me. What? My name is Mark. I love. Oh, he's the guy that changed his name to Spam, isn't he?
Oh, well, don't be spending your money on us. You've got lunch and meat to order.
Spend it on getting. Oh.
Am I going to get a message now?
Mark, why?
Do you remember when we talked about spam for about an hour?
Okay.
What
all
we
right.
got?
You can see this, right, Kath?
No, hang on. What have I got? Yes.
Well, your wedding day is one of the biggest days of your life, filled with the people you love the most.
And for Spam brand enthusiast Mark I Love Spam Benson, who legally changed his name last year as a declaration of his love for the brand, his wedding day meant including his favorite food as well.
For Mark, I Love Spam Benson, and his new wife, Anne, the best wedding gift they could receive was the chance to be the first couple to say I do's at the world-famous Spam Museum.
Have we?
I do.
We've been spammed. What I'm saying is he been employed by the spam people to get everyone to say spam? Because I've said spam
It's
about
a
50
spam
times.
advert. Is this a spam advert?
We've all just played into your spammy hands.
In Minnesota.
Oh, I was overwhelmed at the time. So it was. I went for a quiet dinner with my then girlfriend on Valentine's Day in February, and then I got the big surprise on the night when all the press turned up and said we're going to get married in the home of Spam and in the museum itself. So it was a dream come true, getting married to the love of my life in the place I love so much.
Who does he remind me of? He did a little eye look there.
Married to the love of my life in the place I love so much.
Who does he remind me of, Catherine?
Is it? Does he remind you of Lawrence that you used to work with?
No. It's not Russell Grant. He reminds me of someone.
To the love of my life.
You remind me of someone who
in
said they were going to
place
send us 100.
I love so much.
Having a wedding that highlighted Spam was a no-brainer for Mark, since Spam...
I really do. It's working. Because
I
I'm
know.
going to open that tin of Spam.
Don't. Well,
I'm opening that tin of Spam.
God.
Spammy Whammy 1 has followed. Now, hang on a minute.
has always been a part of his life.
I mean, it all stems back to my granddad, who fought in World War II, and he used to swap rations with the American Allies. And he got told of this new Spam ration that used to be given.
I've seen this guy before, actually, the Spam.
And reading the letters, it was always then in our household from a little boy, and the traditions being kept.
Cheggers, that's it, exactly. Thank you.
Cheggers.
Yeah, Cheggers. Cheggers, rest in peace. Lovely man.
Done ever since to this day now, and that's where I fell in love with the brand.
And this may not have been the typical something old, something new that most brides dream of, but Anne loved the many
Elton John
personal touches that went into her Spam-themed wedding.
We had like Spam flowers with made from the labels, Mark's bow tie that's made from this Spam, and this handkerchief. It's just been an amazing day.
And the cake's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
The cake's made of Spam.
Oh God, can you imagine?
Talk about a wedding no one will forget. And we at Coffee with America want to be the first to wish you well.
Love it. Love it. Love it. That guy is desperately trying to work out how to gift 108 for... Are you still at Spamalot? I did try to ring Kath on Talk Radio. Rest in peace, Cheggers. Well, Mark, now we know it's you. That's great. Let's wait for those 108 subs to come through. Where have you got all this money from? From Spam? Is this from Spam? Are we... What's going on?
We're saying spam a lot.
So it's worked.
Yeah.
I might eat some Spam.
I'm thinking about spam. I'm also thinking about what it does.
Thinking about Spam.
I am. I'm thinking about it quite a lot.
Dirty bear.
If you eat just spam, though, that's going to play merry hell with your guts, isn't it?
Can you open a tin and just eat spam?
I could, yeah. It's kind of greasy meat, though, isn't it? Are you? Oh, don't. Really? Ian? Uh-oh, I think the spam might have fallen on his head. He's muttering to himself. Ladies and gents, we're listening to a man opening a tin of spam. He's about to bring it in here and put it on spam cam. Deary me. If this is your first night joining us, yeah, it's pretty much this the whole time. It might not be spam, it'll be something else next time. 811 people watching a man, well, listening to a man in the kitchen getting spam. Really. Brace yourselves, everyone.
I had my first ever pork pie given to me by Mike Reed.
Yep.
And this tin of spam given to me by Paul Ross.
Yeah, that's a celebrity spam can.
You are a guardian. I am. Has he given the rest of those subs, though?
No. Spam cam.
I can't change all the cameras at the moment. It's a pain. So I haven't had spam. It's worked. Are you going to do those 108 subs or not? Oh,
Spam reminds me of school.
Spam mukbang. Oh, it sounds like cat food.
I bet it does.
Spam is not vegan. Neither am I.
I mean, there's negligible amounts of meat in it.
Check the date on it. Well, it can't go off. It's in a tin, mate.
Oh, God. Is that coming out in bits? It should be solid.
End of November 2021. So screw you.
Oh, God, look at that.
Are you going to give the 108 subs?
You know, when you phoned me up earlier on and showed me the base of your foot where you've been doing a home verruca treatment.
Yeah.
It looked a lot like that, spam.
I mean...
Ugh. Oh, mate. That looks like flipping... That's filth. That should be against TOS.
It's all right.
Looks like an orifice.
He says, Spamalot says, I'm fucking trying. They paid for wedding day and honeymoon in Hawaii, and I run Spam Appreciation Society. Well, where have you got the money to pretend that you can give us 108 subs? Where have you got that money from? From Spam? That's probably enough of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Your guts are going to be rancid. I'm so glad I'm not there.
Okay, I got a feeling he's trying to spend someone else's money. Is it Spam's money, Spam? Because if it's Spam's money, give it to us. If it's your money, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He has only spent a £5 so far. Only. All of our subs are wonderful human beings.
And every fiver is valued. Oh, mate. Look at the time already, and we've spent, I reckon, about 20 minutes talking about spam. And I haven't said spam for about 20 years. Oh, dear.
It's quite clarty.
Yes, it is.
It really does.
Here we go.
Mike, come here. We need to talk. Mike, what's going on?
I'm okay. How are you two?
I'm all right. I'm not filling my face with basically offcuts.
I was worried that Spam Man was going to steal your crown.
Let him.
You are. Let us say thank you to you, face to face, for yeah.
I need to.
I will not. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be a big thing. But you've given many subs. It is appreciated. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
How you doing?
I think I woke up with either nausea or vertigo this morning for the first time. I've never had it before. So when I woke up, I wake up early every morning anyway, and the room just started spinning, and it has ruined my entire day. I feel better now, but I was just wondering if either of you two had ever experienced anything like that.
I've only ever had too many Bacardi breezes to make a room spin. I've never had vertigo. You've had vertigo, haven't you, Ian?
Yeah, because everyone thinks vertigo is like being afraid of, being up high, and it's not. It's like balance and dizziness
stuff.
and stuff. I have, but I don't really remember it. The closest I've come to that, Mike, and you do look a little bit grey. It looks like you've been through the wars today.
Yeah.
The closest I've come to that is a migraine where I'm out for a day or two, and touch wood, I haven't had a full-on migraine maybe 3 years. I've come close to it, but I've not had a full-on one. But no, I've not had that. Is there anything? Is it the first time you've had that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's the first time I experienced it. I wasn't too sure what it was. So my girlfriend pointed me towards the NHS app and just fill in loads of forms, loads of questions.
Yeah.
And it was pointing towards a stroke and then blood clots and then all these sort of stuff. And I was like, well, it's not none of those. I'm quite healthy. It's none of those things. And it didn't really clear up till this afternoon. But it just ruined my entire day because I have my days planned, and I spent up until 2:30 in my bed just because every time I got up, the room just started spinning.
Yeah,
it's uncontrollable. Now I've been in uncontrollable situations before with anxiety and depression, but I've always sort of known that's what it was, and there's always some sort of medication I could fall back to, or somebody to talk to. But when it's something that's is in your head and there's something wrong, but you're completely clueless to it. And so I had my girlfriend on the phone. She was like, yeah, it sounds like vertigo to me. And also, it was very odd. And I'm always searching for questions. So the rest of the day's been searching for questions of what vertigo is, what's nausea, could it be due to migraines, and also because I had a COVID test on Monday, so I got my results today, so I know it's definitely not COVID.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a case of right, well, that's the main one eliminated. What's the rest? And I was just actually curious as to see if you two had actually experienced anything like this, because part of my job is understanding people's medical conditions. So at the moment, I'm doing a course which involves exercising for disabilities, and there's a whole range. There's not one person with a disability is the same as the next.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to sort of understand what it is they are as a person, because a disability doesn't make a person. But what people will never understand is what that person's gone through, what their experiences are. So that's kind of why I've been listening to you guys and some of the people's stories tonight.
There's been some good stories tonight.
Oh, brilliant tonight.
I just remember the only time I had vertigo was when I had a lumbar puncture, a spinal tap, and I was out of action for a week. I had to lie down, and every time I sat up, everything was going. That's the only time I've had it, and it's horrendous. I'm guessing inner ear. You looked at inner ear and all that kind of stuff. Could be stress.
I don't think it is, because if anything, this lockdown's actually made me stress-free. It's the least amount of stress I've had in the last 4 years.
Right.
I think the last 4 years has prepped me for this, actual lockdown.
Yeah, I bet.
So it's not really affected me too much. It's actually pushed me to do things more,
Mm.
obviously within reason. But it's just it's such a strange time, and that's part of the reason why I've been giving out subs. It's because I could do it, and I'm fine, and I will be fine financially. And I know a lot of people won't be. And I know your show gives people joy, gives me joy, gives me entertainment. You know, it can be an emotional roller coaster. So it's just a matter of, okay, people might not be able to afford it. I can. So if, you know, the other day when I did it, if it just makes one person smile and forget that they had a shit day, it's worth it. So, you know, I don't do it for thanks. I just do it because the world is really shit at the minute.
Isn't it?
Yeah, really shit. And I've come from a shit situation, and I'm sort of at the end of the tunnel. But at the end of the tunnel is a big brick wall that's got COVID written on it.
Mm.
And unlike the last 4 years, where I've had to struggle, we're all in this struggle together. So we can all help each other out in one little way. And it doesn't matter what it is. If you can just make someone smile for the first time that day, compliment somebody, just make the day, you know, we've got this. We've got this. And we'll get through it. We just got to be you've got to be safe. Don't be stupid. Wear a mask.
Yeah, and that's really simple. But then you see idiots cutting up masks on viral videos. You hear about, you know, prime ministers and super injunctions, and you know, members of parliament that are being accused of rape, and you know, the lies and all of this stuff. We're being led by cowards and self-serving cowards, and I just think people think it's over, or they think it was bad during lockdown. You wait till we get to winter. You know, if I went for a COVID test because I had a cold, turns out I got a cold, quite a bad one, but it's a cold.
I did the same.
And I went for a COVID test, right? This is September. You wait till October and November and December when everybody's got colds, and schools are going to be closing down year groups because 5 kids have got a cold, and people, it's going to be an absolute nightmare.
I heard an advert on the radio today for just that. It was like, oh, I'm a builder, you know, I do my bit, you know, and wasn't feeling too good, so I went and got a test, and that's what you should do as well. And it's like, yeah, okay, but it's not as easy as it should be at this point, and we haven't even begun cold season yet.
No, I took actually a page out of Ian's book. I actually stopped listening to the news about a couple of weeks ago, and it's been brilliant. Don't get me wrong, I have been picking up the information I need to know from the right sources, not, you know, some D-ad on a Facebook page. But it's like what you said as well, Ian. You know, when you had trouble the other day trying to get a test, if they're struggling now, like you say, well, what's it going to be like in a month's time?
Yeah.
And, you know, I am half a mile away is the edge of Bolton. Yeah. So, and my dad lives on the far end of Bolton, and he lives literally on the rim of the area that's hit the most. And I was speaking to him today, and I said, please don't go out. And he was actually due to have a physio treatment that I referred him to. And I said, don't go. You can't go. He's in a lot of pain, but I just can't. He's 69, so he's bordering vulnerable age. And I said, you can't go. You rearrange until it's safer to do so. And he wears a mask all the time, but he's a fit guy. But it's just not worth the risk at all to him or anybody else. And I understand that I really want to swear, but I know there's idiots. There's always going to be idiots now. That's the world we live in. We're run by idiots, and we are surrounded by them. But I think it's nice to know also that there are a collective of people that are actually, you know, on the right level. And I think that's what this community is too. You will get the odd idiot. You just bin them. Just ignore them.
Can't though, Mike, because she does the show with me.
Yours.
I would love to.
Us Manx stick together.
Exactly.
Don't speak about my Kathy like that, you bastard.
Don't try playing us off.
Kick your fucking head in, you bastard.
It's like that thing of, I can say what I want about her, but that's my sister.
I've had the North-South divide since Brexit. I had a lot of my friends in the South going, "Oh, you Northerners, it's all your fault that this happened." And I'm like, "It's not."
It came from the down south.
Yeah. It's not our fault. And also the thing is with Bolton, the area with it's literally, if you look at the map of Bolton, it differs. On the outer fringes, it's not so bad. Towards the middle of Bolton, that's where it gets worse. But there's an area, and my dad's on the border of this, and it's a mainly white, middle-aged and over community. That's the highest. So all of this chat about, minorities being an issue
is rubbish. When I was in Brighton, it was all I could maybe saw 3 faces of colour. It was all white people walking around close up, no masks. Nonsense. That whole it's the BAME community. That's because they live differently to us. Racist nonsense from the Tories.
I had to go into Bolton back in July. There were more white people not wearing a mask than Asian minorities, black minorities.
Yeah. Mike?
But this is the thing as well. They've got somebody to blame. They have to blame somebody.
Of course they do. It's always been the way, particularly of the Tories, but of any kind of political party, really. Blame them because they look different.
Well,
and
they've been playing the look over there thing all week, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Going back to Brexit now.
Right. Mike, it's lovely to talk to you.
Bless you too.
I hope you wake up tomorrow and everything is all right.
Me too.
And let's hope it was an anomaly. I can never say that.
An anomaly.
An anomaly. Thank you, Mike. Touchy bye.
Spamomaly.
Spamomaly. Let's take a call. I'm enjoying this tonight. This is maybe you should never come back here.
Oh, I'm enjoying this tonight.
Oh, Jonathan,
turn off your
Spam
stream.
Mammon's gone now.
Yes, I'm going to turn it off. Turn it off. Okay. You got me?
Got your voice.
Yeah, you got
There
me.
he is.
Hey. So I am in Florida. And called in. In fact, I've been waiting for about an hour, but it's fine. I'm okay because I've been doing other stuff. Yeah.
Florida.
So I have a couple of topics. Well, 3 topics. I have a Russian blue cat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I think that particular breed, they're very, very unique, aren't they? Their behaviour is very, very different.
Well, mine's a British blue.
Right.
And she's she's her own woman. She doesn't do anything to please anyone else.
This is my girl at the back here. She's actually called Velvet. Just a coincidence, but she was born Velvet. Yeah. So she's 2 years old, and she's lovely. Yeah, but very much her own mind.
Yeah.
She's very, very, very.
Will she sit on your lap? Will she?
No, she doesn't. She sits on my wife's. I think she prefers women. I don't know. A lot of cats prefer women. I don't know if it's they send the female. There's some kind of maternal send.
I don't know. Mine goes for men.
Cats prefer me. All cats prefer me.
Well, I don't know then.
Yeah.
Tell you who my cat likes best of all? People that don't like cats.
Yeah, that's right.
They get it. They get all sorts. Yeah, they get climbed on. They get brushed up against. She will not leave them alone.
I've started giving her this lickables stuff. And she really likes the lickables thing.
Yeah, we do that. Licky licks, they're called over here.
Yeah.
I bought them by accident. She loved them.
All right. Another question. Unselfish love. I think you've mentioned this before, Kath. With a cat, you can have unselfish love, but is it possible for 2 adults to experience unselfish love? A man and a woman, or 2 men?
Well,
does sex kind of make it impossible to be unselfish?
That's a really interesting one. What you think that if someone's in a physical relationship, they're always looking out for their own interests. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, and also human beings, they tend to be possessive.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Certainly in our society, we're very possessive. Maybe in a different, like if we were Buddhists, it wouldn't matter so much. But in
I've seen documentaries of people who seem to be in a relationship whereby they don't feel like the partner is a possession, and in fact, they invite other people in, and but I can't see myself being in that kind of relationship. Ian.
Are you asking us to get involved in a swinging session with you? Because I'm up for it.
I never believe those documentaries. I always think there's one person who's more into it than the others.
That's right. Polyamory, I think, is the technical term, isn't it? Polyamory or polyamory. It's usually two guys and one woman, or vice versa. And it's usually one person. One of the relationships is dominant, and the other one is like a side relationship, and it's kind of, you wonder what's in it for the third person, because they're very, very submissive to the other two.
Yeah.
And it's like they're willing to, they're willing to be the inferior partner. Yeah.
But maybe we're just seeing it through our biased,
That's also possible. Yeah, that's also possible. Ian, last night you were talking about addiction to pornography, and I wondered where you draw the line between like normal, if there is such a thing as normal porn use, and at what point does it become addictive?
When it is obsessive, when you're looking at porn more than you are having sex with your partner, when it becomes the thing that you think about a lot. Well, how would you define a lot? I don't know. I think it's different for different people. I think porn can be fun and can be useful and can be, can be great for some couples, and it can be great for single people, and it can be great for, people that are in a relationship. There's no shame if your partner goes to bed and you look at a little bit of porn and knock one out. Is that cheating? Probably not. But it's when it becomes obsessive, when it becomes
it gets in the way.
You can't wait for your partner to go to bed, and you're up for an hour, 2 hours looking at porn. When you go on.
And if there's a bit of self-loathing involved, and if you're attracted to the aggression part of it, and
I wouldn't necessarily class that as part of the addiction. It depends how you feel. It depends how makes you feel. If you're watching some porn and you knock one out and you finish and you go, oh, okay, that was a bit silly, that's probably not a problem. If you finish and you go and you're feeling guilt and shame, that probably suggests something is not right. But there is also a legitimate thing being involved in a sexual relationship where part of the game, the role play, is one person seemingly inflicts, physical pain or shame on someone else. If that is consensual from both sides, that's not a problem. Then afterwards you can kiss and go, that was great, thanks very much. As long as you're not carrying that around with you. That can be a healthy sexual relationship. I don't think it's necessarily the nature of the pornography, unless you are, you're driven further and further towards stuff that is illegal. Yeah. I just think it's the amount of time you give it headspace and your feeling afterwards is my interpretation. May I ask why you're asking that?
Well, it just when I was watching last night, and you just mentioned it, and I know that's something that I have struggled with, and kind of the guilt issue, and because it's followed by guilt, I think that means you have to quit when you're feeling that.
I think there's a natural element of that for a lot of men. I don't know if women have the same thing, but for a lot of men, when they ejaculate after masturbation, it's quite common to feel guilty. To feel, oh God, what have I done? It's just a weird chemical reaction. I don't know if women feel the same thing, but I know that a number of men do. But porn is addictive, man, and the way porn is presented now on websites like Xhamster and Pornhub, it is addictive. It was addictive when you would get a copy of Escort or Razzle or Men Only, but it wasn't. It's like we were talking to Roger the other day about those games on your mobile phone where it's short hits. It's very short hits and adrenaline rushes and you go, oh, I want a bit more, a bit more. The way Pornhub is presented, you've just got all these categories and then you've got all of these pictures of all of these, everything you can imagine. And so you click on one and it takes you to what you think is the perfect scene. And 30 seconds in, you're looking down and going, oh God, that one looks better. I'm going to click on that one. You go there. You're at 60 seconds, you're into that, and you see another one, you go, oh shit, no, that's... And you just keep go. One just keeps going and going. I've only ever had that when I've been on cocaine.
Yeah.
That falling into this, I need more and more and more. If I look at those sites now, and I tend not to, but I do. If I look at those sites now, I'm generally okay looking at 1, 2, 3 things. If I feel my attention going on the third thing, I think actually this is not healthy. I'm going to put this away. I don't want to spend all night. I don't want to be doing this till 4 o'clock in the morning. But the way porn is presented now is dangerous.
Yeah.
But there's also, I don't think personally, others might disagree, I don't think there is anything necessarily wrong with looking at pornography. You can argue about exploitation and all of those kind of things and the ethics of it, okay, and that's... But the fact that porn is there, I personally don't think there is anything shameful about looking at porn that has... I'm going to qualify it, and I don't want to qualify it because it's too late to qualify it. I don't think there's anything shameful in looking at porn.
Yeah. It's trying to work out. Consent is difficult to be sure about, isn't it? Because
of course it is.
It can look like it's consensual, and yet you don't know what's happening behind the camera.
You got no idea, and that was the extra mile I was going to avoid because it's at 20 to 12. That's a heavy thing. Is any porn consensual? Is any porn ethical? Yeah. I don't know, and there's probably a strong argument that actually no, it isn't. But what can I say?
Let me ask you another question then. What potential do you think that Twitch has that radio doesn't have? In terms of moving forward. I mean, the potential of this format, of this medium. What can you achieve on it? Because it's very unstructured, but sometimes unstructured can be a problem. It can be it makes it harder when there's not a fixed structure. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes you may have to do more preparation because you don't have the structure of so many. Like when you're on talk radio, you know that the first 7 minutes is a news item, and then you've got to fill 20, and then you've got you've got some commercials. And
let me go first, and Catherine, I will allow you. Then maybe I'd like to hear your input, Catherine. But we have been lucky in that for the last 4 years, we have done a show that has become less and less structured as we went on, and to the point where we we're doing very little prep. This show, we do zero prep. Zero prep. For the first few weeks, we'd sit here with all these tabs open with different news stories, and now we just kind of come and go. And I think what I need to do is I need to completely deconstruct everything and get rid of every little bit of furniture in here and then start building up.
Yeah.
And then start building up, which is what we're kind of doing with the quiz on the Thursdays and the changing rooms on the Fridays. I need to clear everything out, and then we can start building up. And I've said this a couple of times, and it's like we're blindfolded in a dark room, and we're sort of, at the moment, we're just doing this. We're just reaching out a little bit, and I want to be shoving my arms wide out, and I want to be reaching, and I want to be walking forward, and I want to find where the walls are. I've got no idea where the walls are. Catherine?
I agree. And I think that when we first came in, we were feeling like we were going to bring the show we already did to this different medium. But actually, it's not the same thing at all. And I take great inspiration from the people that we raid. For example, like Janelle, I saw some things that she's doing. You think, oh, right, how would that work for us? And Black Mario, St. John the other day. And I think what people really like, rather than expecting we never did super polished, smooth show, because you can get that everywhere. The point about our show is that it was absolutely authentic, and you could see the joints. And people like that because that's where they felt like, oh right, so this is where I could come in. Otherwise I've done shows that have been super prepared and super structured, and there is no room for anyone else to come in. And what I really liked about what we did was that we'd start in a certain place, not knowing where we were going to end up, because it wasn't all down to us. And I like that element, and we'll keep that. But I think in terms of how we use visuals, how we communicate with people, and that kind of stuff, we're at the beginning of what could be quite a long journey, and I'm looking forward to it. And it won't be the same next month as it was last month. I can guarantee you that, because we're learning new little tweaks all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. I mean, I'll keep tuning in. I'm and subbing and enjoying. I am a Patreon subscriber, so I'm looking forward to what happens with that. So
Good.
Thank you. Wish you the best of luck. Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks
nice to
very
talk to you, mate. I really enjoyed that. Thank
nice
you
to
very
talk
much.
to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
John Gorn is furious. He's threatening me with legal action.
Oh, God. Really?
Oh, dear. A silly boy who should know better has been breaking my copyright. Here's a lesson about copyright. Just putting copyright, John Gorn, doesn't copyright it. You're broadcasting it on Facebook. Had to enforce, he's been breaking my copyright. Had to enforce my rights. And so far, delighted to say the sites have taken immediate action.
Okay.
A simple apology will suffice and stop further escalation.
Oh, come on. Sit down.
John, grow up, buddy boy. Grow up, buddy boy. Here's the deal. Here's the deal, John. I ain't apologising to you because I ain't done nothing wrong. Stop talking about me on your show. Stop talking about me, and I'll stop embarrassing you. I'll stop pulling down your trousers, pulling down your pants, and spanking that bot. I will stop spanking your bot if you just stop mentioning me on your show. It's as simple as that, buddy. Really is as simple as that. Who are you gonna complain to this time? My boss? I ain't got one. Before you did, you complained to my boss and you complained to Nick and all of that. Nick don't give a shit about you. Nick's told me some great stories about you, by the way. And I don't have a boss. So, unlucky, mate. Unlucky. All you have to do is stop mentioning me on your embarrassment of a live stream, and I'll stop spanking your bot. How does that sound? I'm not even going to ask for an apology from you, because you're cuckoo. Thank you, John. Thank you, mate. I look forward to you not mentioning me. I only trolled you tonight because you were slagging me off. And you were slagging me off because I wanted to feed my kids. That's a bit ripe, isn't it? That's a little bit, Jeff. That's the only reason I did it. If you hadn't have done it, if you hadn't have said those things, I wouldn't have spanked your bot. I spanked your bot.
A man trying to provide for his family rather than being feral and feckless. Imagine.
Spank your bot.
Anyway, it is a bit tedious becoming a regular feature on that, isn't it?
Stop mentioning
if you've not got anything else to talk about, maybe, I don't know, read a book.
Stop mentioning us, and I will stop doing that. It's as simple as that, mate. Otherwise, I'll keep on doing it.
Some of the scenarios you've been imagining about us says a lot about you.
And I've not mentioned your wife. Could do. So just, John, you lost, I won. Don't mention us again, and I won't do that again, all right? He gave me the £20 back, Matty. I donated £20 and he gave it back. We should mention our excellent sponsors. If we didn't have these sponsors, this show would not be happening right now. 34sp.com. They are our newest sponsor. They're a web hosting provider based in Manchester. Their focus is WordPress. They're completely independent. And in October, Catherine, it's going to be their 20th year in... I'm so emotional about it.
Beautiful thing.
In business. Relatively modest size local company, 15 to 20 people. And they look after their... here we go. They pay a living wage. Yeah, they pay a living wage. They don't pay minimum. They pay a living wage. They offer free charity hosting for registered UK charities. They're committed to giving away 10% of their hosting capacity in this manner. There are hundreds. There's something like 600 charity websites that they host for free. You can see them on their website, 34sp.com. And they are they treat their staff well. As we mentioned, go on.
I was going to say, use the code TLNA. You can try them out for 3 months, absolutely free. If you don't like it at the end, no problem. You can walk
Sack
away.
them off. But they're great. Thank you very much, 34sp.com. It is appreciated. And if you do get a website that's hosted by them, let us know. Send us a screenshot to show that it's there, and we'll give your website a mention as well.
Big
How
you
about that?
right up.
Poseidon Safety Management, Devon and Cornwall is a whole lot safer because of these guys and gals and dogs that are patrolling the streets right now on foot and in cars. The largest supplier of guard dogs in the 2 counties. They've got a real human touch. You can ring them up for a chat. They are going to get kicked off Twitter soon, so I would go and follow them as soon as you can at Poseidon Safe, because they're. I think Nick has gone a little bit nuts on Twitter, and I'm finding it hilarious.
He's enjoying himself, isn't he?
Absolutely hilarious. Every night they've got dedicated, hardworking professional teams out patrolling businesses, responding to alarms, and above all, helping to work for a safer Devon and Cornwall. Catherine, talk to me about the others players.
Richard Gregorian, my goodness me. Big up the Gregorian indeed, because this is a man who takes great pleasure in ensuring that some really trying times in your life aren't any more trying. He will be there for you in terms of the legals, but also to make sure that your head is in the right place, and that you're not kind of getting involved in he said and she said that could muddy the waters and make things more difficult in the long run. You are going to be mum and dad when it comes to the end of the divorce proceedings, and you will go ahead as a family, living apart, but you're still going to be a family, and he'll make sure that that happens for you. Give him a shout. Again, he'll talk things through with you and see whether he will be the right fit for you in a really tough time. Doesn't need to be any tougher. That's Gregorian Emerson Family Law. We've also got Somers Waste Solution, Bedfordshire-based family business. Mark and Andrew are the brothers. They are presided over by a cat that just kind of wandered in, Bob the cat.
No, it's not Mark and Andrew. It's James and Mark.
Oh.
Who's Andrew?
Who's Andrew?
Who the hell is Andrew?
Don't talk about Andrew.
We don't talk about Andrew. Is the one that creates the mess. He's the third Somers brother, and we don't like that guy. He's a piece of trash.
Andrew. Yeah, forget
James
him.
and Mark are the guys. They're heroes to me.
So you've got a big business with lots of different kinds of waste that needs farming out to different companies. No. Go to them. You can get it all done. One-stop shop, and you will get one invoice at the end of the month. Small business, you just need, I don't know, one of those sort of hopper things out the back of your shop, or you need some confidential waste sorting out on site. Again, they can sort it out for you. Give them a shout, have a chat through what you need. They're really flexible. They work up and down the country, and they are convinced that they will be able to save you money and make your business greener. How about that? That's Somers Waste Solutions.
It sounds like a plan to me, Stan. We're nearly at the end of the show. I'm going to play a little bit of Home Sweet Home in a little bit, so we're not going to do a raid. Let's see if we've got anybody. Is there anybody? Here we go. Here comes trouble. Here comes trouble. Here we go. Here comes trouble. Here comes trouble. Come on, boy. Yeah, boy.
Hello?
Hello.
Is it working?
It's working.
Okay. You guys keep making me download these programs that I don't know how to work.
Yeah, that's just you wait. We're grooming you, and we're eventually going to get you to download a program that's going to hack your computer, and we're going to mine Bitcoin from you.
Oh, that's fine. I don't know how that works either. So.
No, nor do I. So that's good. Hey, man.
Oh, geez, that's my nasty webcam. Hi. I don't have my cool DSLR.
Yeah, now we get to see you for real, baby boy. How you doing, man?
So,
Can we get a shout out for St. John in the chat, please?
It's so nice to see you, St. John. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm a little bit fending for myself tonight. It's rough. My wife is gone for a week to house sit.
You could be eating spam. Could be worse.
Oh, God, don't touch that stuff.
Spam is good though. Am I wrong?
I mean, your definition of good is very, very flexible.
Spam? No, what he's doing is an atrocity. That's not. Don't say that. Oh no! You have to fry it on a pan. You take it out and you fry it on a pan, and that's good.
They used to serve that stuff to us cold at school. Yeah, they used to serve it to us cold at school in slices. St. John, imagine it's like flipping Oliver Twist.
Can I just say, Fat Stew, stop sending me emails. Okay? And do not send emails that state, I'd appreciate it if you didn't read this out, all right? Stop it. Stop it. And don't tell me, hang on a minute, St. John, hang on. Don't tell
I was
me.
just saying to stop it.
Shut up! Both of you, shut up. Don't tell me and Catherine who we should time out and who we shouldn't time out, all right? Don't.
Oh, no.
It's up to us. It's up to us. St. John, so lovely to see you.
I have a question, Ian.
Yes, sir.
So, what's the excuse as to why we're not doing the Bean Boozled? I'll do some Bean Boozled with you right now if you want.
Oh, good. I wish I could join you, but obviously I'm not there, so
I got it. Catherine, I have enough. I buy like boxes of these, so next time you're able to be here, then we can all do it together.
I'm going to be there tomorrow. We stayed apart because I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show, but Ian had a COVID test, so he wanted to make sure he was clear before I went back in there.
I got Bean Boozled.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I hope he's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
okay.
fine.
I haven't got COVID.
I mean, this morning when he called me, he said I'm having trouble not going to the light, but turns out
I'm still very ill. We still haven't got. All right, so I'm opening. So, Catherine, explain what this is. That how
right.
lucky you're not here.
Yeah, because some of these jelly beans, they look like delicious jelly bellies. Remember those from your childhood? Oh, you could combine the flavors and make all kinds of delicious sweet treats. No. Some of these taste like actual puke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they stink. Oh, fudge! They stink.
So the colours.
I think your smell is off.
They smell of feet and bum holes. All right. You go first.
You've got different. Tell us what the combinations are, because like you get a green one and it could be either like bogey or gooseberry or something, isn't it?
Green is either juicy pear or booger.
Ugh.
Booger.
My youngest would eat the boogers voluntarily.
Strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish.
Ugh.
Licorice or skunk. I hope I get the skunk. I hate licorice.
I love licorice.
Birthday
you
cake.
got a
I need to get
different
some.
kind.
What? Let me get some water. Hang on.
Yeah, you definitely want water. He has a different kind. I don't have. Wait.
I think he got his from Amazon here. You don't have skunk?
No, I don't have skunk, but I do have the worst one that I've tried. I used to not like spoiled milk because it tastes. I don't know how they get it to taste so like whatever it's supposed to be. But this one, it's supposed to be either toasted marshmallow or stink bug. Oh,
right. Let's play, boy. Let's play, boy.
Okay.
You spinning first?
Yeah, sure. I'll spin first. Hang on. Let me get my little thing out of here.
Sorry.
So that way we can see. Dare to compare. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hang on.
Here we go. Where are we?
Oh, it's like right on the edge of.
That's purple. That's whatever the purple one is.
Spoiled milk or coconut, which used to be my worst liked one. So great. All right. Just so we're confirming.
Let's see if we can tell from your face which one it is. How good is your poker
absolutely.
face?
It's not good at all, especially with spoiled milk.
Oh, there it is.
It's not good.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
I'm a little bit desensitized to spoiled milk because people knew that it was my worst, and I have it where people can pick what color it's not even a spin. They just pick.
Okay.
And it's not good.
Your turn, Ian. Come on.
I've got George on me for a moral support. Hang on, I can't do it. George is going to the spam. Here we go.
You're on the blue.
I'm on the blue, which is. It's the same as you, coconut or spoiled milk.
Get it down.
Have fun then.
Get it down there.
But is it? They're all
Yes.
kind of the same. No. I just can't see. They're all the same color.
No, the spoiled milk or coconut is like pure white. There's one that's like white with yellow.
Here we go.
Oof.
Oh, she's gonna get coconut. Never mind.
Oh, that is right.
It's not good.
Oh. That's like a bean hole.
What is a bean hole?
Your butt.
Oh. Bean boozled.
Go. You'll go. Let's do it.
All right. We'll do another one?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, Dad. Ian ate anus before. Correct. What's your problem?
Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
It's
all the
very
rage.
modern. It's all the rage.
George
It's
is
on
eating
the-
spam.
Oh, is that the barf one? I think
Yes.
George, let
Barf
me
or peach, is it?
Yeah, it's peach or barf.
Can cats eat spam?
Yeah, well, if they will eat it, I mean.
George, here you go.
I think my cat would turn her nose up.
I think this is it. There's like two that look very similar, and there's either peach or barf or strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish. And the dead fish one like lasts in your mouth. It like gets stuck in there. It's not good.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Enough talking, get chomping.
We're fine.
Oh, it doesn't look fine.
That was the dead fish one. I picked the wrong one, but I'm just gonna take that.
Ooh.
It wasn't peach or barf, but that was dead fish. It tastes like bad sushi. Like,
Why are we doing this, St. John? She's not playing.
I think it's very interesting that there are no women in those houses at all, and this is what you get up to.
All right, here we go. Okay, hang on. I don't know what that's come up as.
Show me.
Flick the bean, Ian.
It is juicy pear.
I'm sorry.
Or juicy pear or booger, which
Get
is
it
both
down.
bogies. So that's just green. Okay.
So it's either going to be pear-like or salty.
It's like a salty, like it tastes kind of jalapeno-y. It's like spicy. It's weird.
A lovely
Juicy pear.
juicy pear.
Oh,
enjoyed that.
lucky.
I got two bad ones, and he got one good one.
I think, St. John, we need to leave this for now. And we need to do this when Catherine is here because
No, it's fine. You feel your
it
boots,
just
I'm
doesn't
fine.
feel right.
I got plenty more. Like I said, I got another box over here,
Oh,
so
my.
we're not going anywhere.
Well, yeah, exactly. I ordered this when we saw you, and Catherine, for some reason, has avoided it.
I will puke.
For some reason, why would she avoid that? I don't know.
I just don't know. I thought she was a friend. Hey, St. John, I'm going to play a little bit of Home Sweet Home in a minute as well because of you. You've
Awesome.
impacted our lives.
You've impacted my lives, guys.
Thank you, man.
It's crazy.
One day we're going to meet up. Seriously, one day we're going to meet up.
Oh, I do want to tell you guys. I don't know if you heard. I bought this thing called a snack crate that's supposed to have like a lot of UK snacks in it, and there's like Monster Munch and Jammy Dodgers.
Yes.
And hobnobs. I know you guys love when I say hobnobs. So all those fun UK snacks. Are
That sounds
supposed to be in.
awesome.
I love Jammy Dodgers. They're the best.
That sounds awesome.
I really want Tunnocks.
Tea
is it
cakes.
Tea cakes. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are obsessed with them for some reason. There's like a
Well.
whole festival. I looked it up. There was people dressing in big Tunnocks candy
Yeah.
costumes. It was crazy.
Yeah.
They're good. They are good.
Oh, nice. They're okay. They're a little. I find them a little bit disappointing. There's quite a bit of air in there, so you bite in and there's a lot of.
The marshmallow is kind of like, the middle of a Twinkie. That kind of. It's that kind of vibe, but slightly more solid. They're good. They're good.
St. John, I'm going to go because we're going to run. Lovely to see you. We will see you very, very soon. Thank you so much. I'm going to say to Stu, phone in. Instead of sending abusive messages, phone in because it will be disappointing if it ended like this for you. So phone in. Instead of, being daddy big balls in the chat, phone in.
Or may I suggest, let it go.
What's it going to be? We're going to end on a downer, Stu? I like St. John as well, Jonathan. I think he's great. I think he's absolutely fab. What a lovely find. Is she behind there?
I can hear. Yes, she is. I could hear her. I thought it was going nuts. Come out.
Stu, are you coming in or not? Are you done? Why would I want to do that? You'll just go out of your way to make me look stupid. Well, then you've learnt nothing from watching this. You've learnt nothing. You've learnt nothing from watching this. You've learnt nothing. I will not go out of my way to make you look stupid. You've made yourself look stupid this evening. I'm trying to help you walk it back.
This
If
is
you
getting
think
way
that's
more dramatic than it needs to be.
exactly, if you think that's what's going to happen, you've learnt nothing from watching this stream. spam down. Doesn't quite work. Doesn't quite work. Skype isn't open, Stu. Jesus. Here's the link. Is Zoom tonight. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Oh dear.
Dear me. I love that John Gaunt is getting legal on my ass.
He's not though.
What? Sorry?
Blackmail's a criminal offence, isn't it?
I believe so.
Wouldn't it be silly if someone had written an email that would implicate them?
Yes. Right, I've got 2 stews. That we'll go for that one. There we go. Even George has left. That's how much of the spam George has left.
Disgusting.
Didn't like it. Where is he? I'm trying to invite him in. He's joining, it says.
Oy.
Oh, I just got a whiff of it.
Are you sure it wasn't just one of your beans?
What a show it's been tonight. Hello, Georgie boy. Right, Stu, disconnect and try again, because for some reason it's not. It says on my screen that you're joining, but do you want more of it? I'm going to put it on the floor, George, because I don't really want you eating spam up dinner.
Don't do it, George.
So I would suggest.
Don't let Patty have any.
Don't let Patty have any. She's too sensitive for this.
Gosh. St. John says, "Get ready for bean breath." I forgot to tell you. Oof.
Yeah, where are those 108 subs? Right, Stu, leave. And then try and connect again. Here we go. Spam didn't PayPal me, no. I didn't expect him to. But we had a lot of fun.
Honestly, I thought cats were supposed to be elegant.
No.
She stomps.
Stu, you need to unmute, please. This is... Stu's gone, okay. I mean... Did it go into my spam folder? Oh, Matty, thank you. No, it didn't, but thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Stu, you want to try again? Adam Redmond Plays is in the house.
Yes,
Can we
mate.
get a shout out for Adam Redmond Plays, please? Adam, I don't drink. I will have a coffee. I'll have a coffee, though. Stu, try again, man. Come on. Adam Redmond Plays. I enjoyed your stream a lot. George is back on the spam. Right, here we go. Everyone else has got Zoom working. Here we go. Here we go. I want to play some spooky games in a minute. Here we go. Here we go. We can hear it. We can hear it. We can see it. I'm going to ask you to unmute. I'm going to click that ask to unmute button. There we go. What's going on, man?
Done it. I don't know. You asked me to call in. Here I am.
Yeah, because you sent a really abusive message in the chat. You acted like a spoilt child, man. There's no need for that.
Fair enough, but you did tell me to go F myself earlier, so
Yeah, and I apologize. Yeah, and that was out of order. I apologised. You got me very angry. I allowed myself to get very angry. You don't tell us who we can and can't time out and what we can and can't time out people for.
Not what I was trying to do, but I can't help the way you took it, so all I can do is like offer my apologies for my part in what happened, you know.
I accept your apology. Thank you.
And you know, because as you well know, being a member of the fellowship, that you know, it's oh, sorry, I'm sure you've heard it said that you've got to if you're only, not saying that I'm only 10% responsible, but if you are only 10% responsible, you've got to take 100% for that 10%.
I haven't heard that.
And I keep your side of the street clean. I've
heard that. I've not heard the 10% thing. I just wonder if this stream is right for you. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. I just wonder if it is.
Well, if you don't want me here, I'll stop coming, you know.
It's not what I said. I said, I don't know if it is or if it isn't, but I wonder if this is right for you.
I don't really know how to answer that.
There is no immediate answer to it. Why are you... what's been going on today to warrant you, you know, telling, is how I interpreted it, telling me and Catherine how to run our stream. And then I hate emails that go, you know, to my public email address, don't read this out. Well, I'm under no obligation to not read it out. You can ask me not to, but I'm not under an obligation to do that. And then I did see the message that you wrote in the chat that got blocked by Nightbot because, you know, it was sweary. And you said it felt good. Okay, well, that's great. But I'm just wondering what's going on that has triggered all of that today.
I don't know. It probably wasn't you.
What might it have been?
I've probably got stuff going on that you know, blaming yeah, sorry you feel that way, Danny J.
Ignore them, please, Stu. Ignore them. That's nothing to do with what we're talking about. Can we time Danny out, please?
Oh no, don't do that on my account, please.
I'm not doing it on your account.
I don't want to be responsible for that.
You don't have any control over who me and Catherine time out and block. You don't have any control. We do.
I know, but he'll probably blame me for it.
That's his problem. That's his problem. I made that call completely on my own. Right. Let me get the boring bit. Let me get the boring bit out of the way. Let me get the boring bit out of the way, and then we can get past the boring bit. Here's what I don't like, and this is not a criticism of you. I'm just saying this to make it clear, because obviously I hadn't made it clear. I don't like big, massive chunks of chat in the chat, unless it comes from the Nightbot, or unless it comes from one of the mods passing on a specific instruction. I don't like big chunks of chat because it makes me and Catherine feel that we are being ignored, and that you know, and I just think it takes the focus off of the show onto the chat. I don't like that. I don't like people just, you know, constantly commenting, and this isn't you, on every single thing. Every word we say, they do a comment and do a comment that does my nutting. I don't like people doing jokes in the chat. Right. And that along goes with the misogyny and homophobia and racism and any of that stuff. That's verboten. So now that we have that, I accept your apology. I apologise for telling you to F off. You're very welcome to be part of the community if you want. If you don't want, that's absolutely cool as well. I would suggest that you have a think about whether it is healthy for you or not. Why are you vaping and wearing a mask?
Because I don't want too many people to see my face on here. It's like 1,000
But
people.
you're a bald bloke with glasses and a really long beard. We can see that. I would be able to pick you out. There he is. There he is. I guessed that bit there. I could guess that from what was here and what was here. Now, no one's going to come and round your house and, you know, put poo through your letterbox because they recognise you. What's going on, man? Come on. Something's going on. Come on, there's a smile there. I just saw a bit of a smile. Come on, Stu. If I was there, you'd be getting a tickle right now. You'd be getting these little magic fingers under the armpits. Maybe even if I knew you well enough, just in the thigh, not near the genitals, but just in the thigh. What is going on with you?
You really want to know?
Yeah, I do.
Oh man, my head ain't too great, bruv.
I know that. Why?
It's gonna sound so stupid. It's gonna sound so stupid.
Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah. All right, I'll just tell you. You know how YouTube just throws up random videos based on what you've been watching?
Yes.
Well, I kind of like, you know, sweet, cute little animals like cats and that. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
And I like watching videos of them and stuff. And so last night it threw up this thing about this is going to sound so stupid. It threw up a video about a puppy that had its legs crushed because someone abused it. And it just made me hate the world. I wanted to find the person that did it. Because I thought that who could hurt like a little animal like that, you know what I mean? And I don't know why, man. It just sent me into a spiral. It really did.
I'm waiting for the stupid bit. Was that it? Because that's not stupid. That's beautiful, man. Not with but that's beautiful that you connected with that. That's beautiful you connected with that. That's horrendous. What a horrendous thing to see and a horrendous thing to do to a defenseless little puppy. Well done you for feeling that.
Oh, I just hate myself for switching, for clicking on the video, man.
I suspect it's not.
And look at me. Look at the size of me. Things like that shouldn't bother. I'm supposed to be big and tough.
Nah, that's all bollocks, that. Big and tough stuff is bollocks. That's what kills men. That's what kills men. I'm supposed to be big and tough. That's what kills them.
You know, and the stuff with my daughter's kicking off again, and she doesn't want to go to school, and you know, and I've got to try and keep my voice down in case they hear me because they're up there.
Yeah. Have you got anyone you can talk to about all of this stuff?
I have been having phone appointments with a therapist, but that's stopped.
Was that through like your GP?
Yeah.
Yeah. You only get a certain amount of time, don't you?
And I'm on antidepressants, but they don't always work.
Have you been on them for a while?
Since just before Christmas.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe it's worth chatting to your doctor.
Yeah.
About the pills. That's something practical you can do, is talk to your GP about the pills.
But it's a pain in the bum, though.
Yeah?
It's a pain in the bum because you can't get an appointment because of
really,
the COVID.
Yeah,
thing.
I know. It's really tricky to get an appointment. I had an appointment with the doctor and it was on the phone and it was weird and it didn't feel right. But I also knew it was the only option I was going to get. So I took it. And actually the doctor was great and sorted out everything I needed to get sorted out. Didn't feel right. I felt a little bit cheated afterwards. I put the phone down and I went, I feel like I've been stiffed a little bit here. But actually it did what it needed to do. The medicine is a really simple thing you can be practical about. You can phone the GP. You can get an appointment. You can say, I'm 9 months in, 10 months in. It's up and down. Now, they might suggest you stay a little bit longer. They might up the dosage. They might lower the dosage because bizarrely, sometimes with antidepressants, a lower dosage has more of an impact. They might change the drug. They might not do anything. But
I
it's
can't believe them doing this, man.
Why?
Oh, this is just a perfect end. I've ruined the stream, man. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not even having any of that. You haven't ruined the stream. You've made the stream. I know. You and the spam guy have made the stream. Imagine. And I'll tell you why you've made the stream. Because it could have ended... it could have ended badly. Me telling me to F off, me telling you to F off, and Kath a bit embarrassed, you know. But it's not. It's ended beautifully. It's ended with me apologising and stepping down, you being in pain and phoning up and sharing it, and people identifying with it in the chat. You're getting hearts. You're getting hearts from people now. They're doing hearts. There might be some dickheads who are slagging you off. Who gives a stuff? There are dickheads slagging me and Catherine off every night. I can't see. There may not even be. You haven't ruined it. You've made it. You've made it. On a selfish level, you've shown that the work that me and Catherine have been doing actually pays off. On a personal level, you've taught me that I need to just reel it in a bit. And, you know, this is what it's about, man.
I also think it was a conversation that needed to happen because, you know, this isn't the first time I worry that you've come away from the chat and from one of our streams feeling crappy about yourself. So, you know, I'm glad we've got it out on the table.
Can I make a suggestion? It's Big Stew, isn't it? On Big Stew in the chat. Is that right?
Fat Stew.
Fat Stew.
What? Yeah, I'm the one who tells the cheesy jokes.
Stop telling those bloody jokes. I hate jokes. What would happen if you changed your name to just Stew? Or something like that. Because I don't think you're fat at all.
It's an ironic name.
Oh, okay.
It's an ironic name.
But what if you took what if you took the fat out of it and you were just Stew?
There's loads of stews.
All right, it would be a golden stew or magic stew or I don't know, something more positive. Stew and fat stew, lazy stew, stupid. You know, whatever. It's just got a negative connotation. Why don't you change it to bloody, I don't know, happy stew or tall stew or beardy stew or something that is not so. There you go. I don't know how you change stuff on Twitch, but I'm sure there will be a way. I think you can change it once and then you can't change it again for maybe 90 days or something. So have a think and maybe other people will treat you in a slightly different way if you've got a slightly different name. I don't know. But also you need to look after yourself a little bit. You need to look after yourself a little bit because you're doing yourself down. There's nothing wrong with crying about, you know, videos of puppies. Nothing. I had a little cry a couple of days ago about my cat that died just before Christmas. Oh, I was in pieces and I loved it. I loved crying. I suspect that the video of the dog is not. I suspect that's the kind of the door that you opened, and actually there's other stuff. You mentioned your daughter. You mentioned school. You mentioned, you know, whatever. I suspect it's something else that is not quite sitting right with you. And the dog video was a great way to get angry with the person that did it and upset at the poor little dog. Obviously, there's something else that you're angry with that I don't know what that is. I suspect you might know, but you might not.
I'm still kind of. No, I think I'm still kind of freaked out about my parents being around now.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, it was 15 years since my old man died last weekend. My mum's. And it's been 1 year since my mum died, and it's, you know, and it's going to sound a bit sad, but I've always been a little bit mummy's boy.
I think most men are. Are you angry? Are you angry at them?
No.
You angry that? Are you angry? All right.
No,
let me phrase
I
that.
thought they got ill, but
Are you angry that they're not here?
the world just doesn't seem the same without them. You know, and it's weird, right? Because we moved to this town in 1983. I would have been about 5 or 6 or something. And we got the house and everything. And I've spent most of my life there, you know, up until I got married and moved out. And then my old man died, so my mum kept it on herself, and that was just like the sort of the hub of the family. And it's weird, man, because all that stuff that happened in the house, man, all that life, all that love, all that family. And my mum's gone, and I had to hand the keys over to complete strangers.
Yeah. It's shitty, isn't it? I've done the same thing.
And now it's just another house. And it's just... And I live right next to it. And I see it every day.
That must be tough. But all of that stuff that happened, all of the fun, all of the tears, all of the good stuff and the bad stuff, all of that stuff that happened still exists within you. It was the people that made it, not the house. Mm. It's in you.
Mm.
You don't need to be in that house to remember, you know, Christmas when you were 8. You got a chopper, or you know, having an argument with your dad when you're 15, or you know, you don't need to be in that house to remember that stuff. That stuff is there. It's in there, and it's in there.
I know, but it's the dreams, man. I just keep. It's weird because I know what I want to say. I just don't feel like I'm being very good at saying it.
I think you're being very good at saying it. I think you've expressed some really complicated stuff, existential stuff, really well. This stuff is hard to talk about because no one talks about it. No one talks about the fact that 15 years after your dad's dead, it's still upsetting. You're supposed to be over it. That's how society treats it. But of course you're not over it. My dad died 7 years ago and I'm fine. But every now and then I just think, oh, fucking hell, Dad, where are you? And I'll be angry with my dad for being dead. It's okay to be angry with your dead parents. I'm angry with my mum for being ill. Get angry. I don't take the anger out on her. I keep it away from her. But I'm angry with my mum for being ill, and that's all right. Doesn't mean I disrespect or don't love my mum. Doesn't mean, you know, if I'm swearing because my dad's dead, doesn't mean I don't love him. Whatever you feel is okay. There is no set path.
I don't think it's anger.
Okay.
I don't know. It's really hard to put into words.
Stu, I suggest you go to bed.
Yeah, man.
I'm really glad we spoke. I'm really sorry I told you to F off.
Don't worry about it.
Good, thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry you felt the need to, man.
Okay. Are you glad that you called in? Come on. You're glad that you called in, aren't you? Aren't you?
Well, as long as no one in the chat's taking the piss out of my beard right now, yeah.
No, everyone's envying the beard, to be honest. Everyone's envying the beard. I will try and be a little bit softer in the future.
Oh,
I would-
no.
No, I will, because I'm learning every day. I would suggest to the chat, if you get timed out, accept it. But actually, I'm glad you didn't accept it, because now we're having this conversation, and we wouldn't have had this conversation. Stay safe, and thank you for sharing all that stuff with us, man.
Peace out, brother.
Peace out, man. George has come to say goodbye. Look, there you go, it's George. See you later on, Stu. Sleep well, mate.
Nice, Stu.
Bye-bye.
Later, George.
Bye-bye.
That was a
Wow.
conversation that needed to happen.
Wasn't it?
Mhm.
Have you eaten all of that spam? Where's the tin gone?
Blaming the
No,
cat.
he can't touch it.
Disgusting.
Dirty. That was something. Sorry, Catherine, I kind of sidelined you a little bit there.
No. I didn't want to jump in. It was a sensitive moment, and I hadn't seen any of the chat. I haven't seen what's gone on, so I was keeping my beak out. But the only thing I wanted to say was that I'd noticed Stu's name coming up and him being, a few times I felt like he'd gone away from the chat feeling crap about himself or feeling, less happy than he was when he started. And I don't want anyone going away from this show feeling rubbish.
No.
So I'm glad you had the chat. I think it was. I'm sorry that it came to such a kind of head, but it needed to happen.
Yeah. Some show, huh?
Yeah.
Never know where
And
it's going to
also
go.
the balls on that man ringing up. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You got to appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Totally. That was some phone call, man. That's given me a lot to think about. I'm not going to play a game now because it's a bit late.
Do you know what though?
Yeah.
What I wish is that we'd have conversations like that instead of getting the funny emails we do.
Yeah. It's funny. You can just tell. You can just tell there's something going on when you can see someone or when you can hear a voice.
Mhm.
When you read in the chat, you can't because there's no room for nuance, subtlety, tone. There's no tone in the chat. There's only one tone, and it's always arsey. And maybe that's because that's how I read it. Maybe someone else would read it slightly differently.
No, but everyone's got sharp elbows in the chat because everyone's trying to get their thing over, aren't they?
Yeah. But when it's a phone call or a video call, but maybe a phone call more, there's real room for nuance.
Yeah.
And what have you. Right, let's have a little look-see. Right, let's do a little raids. And this week we're raiding people that we've raided before. If there's anybody... Oh, we got... let's hang on.
Next.
Shush. So, there's Limmy. We're going to... What do I want to do? I want to move that over here. And I'm going to share this. We've got a couple of choices. We've got a couple of choices of people that we've raided before. You can see that, right? So
yeah,
we have got... Now, who's Death Wolf? Oh, Death Wolf. I remember him. Okay, let's just get through the adverts and then we'll have a little look.
All right, good.
And we see who we got. I'm going to have some toast.
I'm going to take these contact lenses out, stick my bins on.
Yes, mate.
Forthwith.
Punt. So we got this guy, Death Wolf. We got Miko Beko. Let's get there.
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster. We got Janelle, but we did Janelle recently, and we got Gabby K. Who was Gabby K?
I don't know Gabby K.
Yeah, Magnolia. The thing that bothers me is she's firing me because the other part-timer quit, and she wants.
I don't
to
remember
hire
her. I think we should do Miko Beko.
Oh my gosh, I really thought it was a meme on Twitter. I didn't think it was actually real.
Let's go and have a raid here.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, team.
That was some show tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Be nice. If you like, follow. This is a cool stream. I like
Guys,
this
I
guy.
was so happy. Went twice. We're all together again.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you at 10 o'clock for quiz night. It's quiz night.
10 o'clock,
Challenge
9
is on.
o'clock, mate.
9 o'clock. Quiz night. Oh, look. We've got some dance moves. Let's go to the dance moves. See you later.
I absolutely was